In a room, past the point of freezing, there is a slice, then a scream, and finally a sickening plop. Steam rises from this heavy slab of violet flesh, an offering to be given, to be fed, hunger to be abated, and power to be gained. The sound of laughter greets the temptation of flesh, interwoven with the growls of competition, a new ritual, and a new feast. Welcome back to Magics and Mullets.
He's so good.
Yeah, talk
Wow.
more about sitcom intros and stuff.
I was just saying, it doesn't have to be the Cormac show every time. All we got to do is buy that $400,000 camera that we got from our stream revenue from last week, and then we will have no
that'll be
problem. We
nice.
could be able
Thank
to
you
film
to our
everybody
big
in high
donors.
def.
But
I spent that money.
Yes, I used a lot of that to place the biggest GoPuff order of all time.
Yeah, I did.
I go book the house.
I I go puffed an NFT of a house.
Yeah, I go up the car.
Yeah,
I go
I
up the
paid
guy
off
in
my
a car.
student loans and I feel like a fucking dubba for it.
yeah. Well,
You wouldn't go.
there's always
puff
the
a car.
next big $1 million stream check. Hi everybody.
Hello!
Welcome back.
Hello, friends.
It's good to see you all out there.
Yeah,
Yay.
here we are.
What do we do here? What's
I'm waiting for
next?
someone
Bloody
to
now.
tell me.
I don't know.
I'm
What
so-
happened last time we played Magics and Mullets?
Yeah.
Furnace, if you can just take us away.
Well, funny you should ask, Dungeon Daddy. Last time on Magics and Mullets, the party fought and defeated the animated chained library. Tilly, the halfling wizard, narrowly escapes death after being grappled and pummeled by chained books as the bookcase fell into silence. The party heard the distinctive sound of a heavy metal object hitting the ground. On pawn inspection, it was found to be an oddly shaped key made of adamantine. It appears to be worn and pitted, but still whole. Searching through the surrounding rooms, the party could not find any immediate use for the key. After the party's first encounter, they found that Coriander, Fistandia's homunculus, decided to go against his orders and help find the next book in the puzzle. After searching throughout the mansions, the party eventually found a secret staircase leading down into the basement. The party split up with Nebbiolo and Tilly, entering the western room, and Furnace, that's me, Orville, and Carme, taking the room to the east. In the eastern room, the trio saw a frog on a center table vanish and seemingly flee from the room. Behind the table, they found 2 keyholes of sorts, seemingly of the appropriate size of their new key. Meanwhile, in the western room, Tilly and Nebbiolo found the last book in the puzzle, the letters spelling the word liberty. At the utterance of the arcane word, the entire party hears the front door crack open with the same unearthly sounds as when they entered. They are at a crossroads. Try out the key on one of the walls or retreat to Salt Marsh where they last heard the screams of their employer, Danny. What will the party do?
Thank you, Furnace. And we are back in. Once again, the party is all in the basement of Fistandia's mansion. There are two keyholes in the room that Furnace, Orville, and Carme are in. And at the utterance of the magical word, the whole party now knows that they can open up the front door and go back to Saltmarsh. The options are yours.
Well,
We still haven't found the lady. We will not get paid if we go back to Saltmarsh.
I mean, by that line of thinking, at the same time, we also won't get paid if he's dead. Or maybe we'll get extra paid if he's dead. If he hasn't already been picked clean as of yet.
I mean, from what we've found in this house, it kind of seems like whoever lives here is pretty rich and also has a lot of
Cats?
information and cats. And so maybe we could find her and see if she has a counter offer.
Did we just find a portal? This is Harry, not Tilly.
No, but you do have a key that is pulsing with arcane energy, and there are two keyholes. I'm just going to go ahead and say that both Tilly and Nebbiolo go into the room with the keyholes where the rest of the party resides. Coriander is not flying, but walking quietly behind and just like looking with mouth agape, surprised at all the going-ons that he's never seen in the house that he has lived in his whole life.
Gabe.
Hey, Coriander, have you ever read that book, House of Leaves? It's kind of like that, isn't it?
I mean, I know I live in a library of sorts of a house of a. I'm not a huge reader. It's kind of not my personal thing. I'm more, I like to hang out and cook food and wash the food cooking implements. It's not really my thing, reading.
But you don't like to touch feet. That's cumin.
I mean, a Cuban will do whatever. He's kind of
I like Cuban.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably doing Cuban things. I have a little bit more of an expansive mental capacity, let's say.
Really?
So, there's two keyholes in this room. Is that what these are, Vinny?
Yes, they are.
I was afraid there might be more Vinny secrets.
Can Tilly go look at those?
Absolutely, Tilly, go look at those.
I'm doing that.
They look relatively mundane, but that being said, they're not keyholes that you have it's not a regular kind of keyhole that's just a slot. Just like the key is kind of a rod with several pieces going up and down, this is kind of a circle with both up and down kind of horizontal slots that a normal key probably wouldn't do anything in, but it looks like it would probably fit the key that y'all found off of the animated chained library.
Who has the key?
Tilly has the key, so Tilly is gonna put that in there. Let's stick that key in there.
Whoa! Coriander goes up. He doesn't stop you, but he lands on your shoulder and is just like, I don't know what that's gonna do. Tilly, make a... No, you don't even need to check for this. The key is vibrating, and it's warm to the touch. And as you slide it in, it fits perfectly. It goes to a certain amount, and it stops. It's ready to be turned, should you want to.
Wow, really just zooming in on the mechanics of the lock and key. This is pretty good.
Tilly turns the key, dog.
It doesn't turn easily. It takes a little bit of strength, but surely enough,
uses a little bit of strength.
it slowly turns. You hear a click, and then a second click. As this is going on, you see the bricks on the wall start to line with this ever so slightly violet kind of pulsing color as it starts to have the same ripping sound as the front door. It's more distant this time, but you hear screams of something, but they're so muted, and suddenly like a vacuum just starts to pull the door open, Everyone else, you hear you hear sounds of grass in wind. You feel warm air pushing out. The door opens and a shimmering of violet is all around the edges.
Question. Is that violet color is it like kind of like the same color as Nebiola's, or is there no relation? Or am I cracking into this code way too early?
Vinny does
I'm
like
sorry.
the color
I'm the
violet.
key. Am I the key?
You're not the key.
Damn
I
it.
don't think.
All right.
Vinny just likes violet.
Yeah, that's fine.
There's a lot of arcane things that are violet. I
There's
think
only two
everyone-
colors you can draw with in Roll20, so one's
Yeah.
violet and one's black.
I can pull out red if I want to.
All right.
I will say I
The
rolled a
door
harmony check
the
for
door is open
description
for the
of
moment.
key.
Is the key gone?
Key's still there.
Can I still hold the key?
It swings outwards. If you want to hold on to the key, you'd have to take that first step through.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
Take the first step.
Well,
Come on, Tilly. Come on,
some
Tilly.
people like to talk to the party and see what everybody thinks, but Tilly goes through the portal.
Yeah.
So,
As
Karma
the door
goes, I like your style, and then follows.
As the door squelches open, it is significantly warmer. It's a hot night. It's dark out. You're pulled out. Do you take the key with you?
yeah.
Tilly? As you start to take the key out, the rest of the party joins you. You hear the flapping of wings right behind you. And do you leave the key in the door? Do you take it out and take it with you?
Probably take it out and take it with us, right?
That feels like
As soon as
We
you
might
have
do
the
that.
key out, the door starts to pull back in, almost like a huge weight is just trying to put the universe back together into a seamless position.
Been
And
there.
now that you're on the other
Sounds about
side, you
right,
see
yeah.
that this is a stone wall. It is not a building necessarily, or perhaps it was at some point. There's only 2 walls remaining, whatever this was, and the door closes with a.
Is there now a keyhole in that wall?
There is. Tilly, make a perception check, please.
Oh, yep. Oh yeah, we're rolling in real life, right?
IRL.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, that's a D8.
That's
roll
the-
whatever
that's the
dice you
dice.
have.
That's
17.
2 pyramids kissing butts.
That's 2 pyramids kissing butts.
I got a 17.
17. Tilly, the key has reverted to being cold and inert. It was vibrating and warm before you used it. It seems like it's now just kind of a key.
Should we say the word? See what happens?
What word?
Yes, but I don't remember the word.
We're talking about liberty.
Liberty.
No, actually,
the
I meant the one that
liberty.
Furnace thought it was.
Oh, blightery.
That one.
I put the letters in a different order, and it's spelled blightery.
You
It's
look at
fun to
the-
make new words, isn't it?
Yes.
You
I'm
look at
not
the
very
wall
good at
and
it.
Nothing happens. The door is inert and cold. It's not really even a door anymore. It's just a wall. You see this small keyhole. It's less defined on this side. It looks like it's been weathered by who knows how many years or tens of years, hundreds of years. But it's barely more than just kind of a hole through a stone.
Indeed.
As you look out, it's warm here, even though it's night. Who has night vision? Who does not have night vision? I think it's the biggest
I'm a
cue here.
human. I ain't got no night vision.
I've got dark
I
vision.
had that.
I don't think I have night
I'm
vision.
a halfling. I don't have that.
Your eyes are high beams, Furnace. I'm surprised.
Yeah, they came off of a Corvette.
You can't reflect light unless you got a source.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
excuse me, Bill Nye.
Wait,
We're here.
so
I just
can
feel like
none,
a
none of us
warforged-
can see in the dark. None of us
No,
can see.
I can.
I can.
Oh, okay, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, us half elves.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Good for you.
That being said, it is a very, very clear, starry night. You can see in front of you, this whatever building this was at one point is now just cold, inert stone. It offers some shelter, and it's on top of a slight hill. Around you, in all directions, there is tall grasslands. A breeze is ever so slightly moving and rustling the grass. You see that there is a path, probably, essentially shorter grass led here. It was probably stone laden at some point and then slowly grown over. But this place seems old and untouched. It is incredibly late. What would you all like to do?
Can I look around to see if I can see any signs of like a town or civilization, like whether it be like lights bouncing off clouds, any sort of light pollution, anything?
Make a perception check with disadvantage.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's a straight up and down D20. It's an 18.
Ooh.
And that's a 16. Not bad.
Ooh.
Nice.
With a 16, you see like there's a little bit of, you're not even sure about this, but there's a little bit of ambient glow far to the east. You can't tell if it is a civilization or what it might be, but it's incredibly far away. With the 16, you also get, it's so slight at this distance, but there's a little bit of a brine in the air. You are probably not too far away from the ocean.
Well, you think maybe we're back somewhere near Saltmar? Orville, Furnace, does any of this look familiar to you?
Furnace would like to turn towards Nebbiolo and say, "Do you have a father?"
That's a bit of a personal question. I guess it's not really that personal, but maybe for me in my particular situation, it's a bit personal.
Orville is just pinching his nose like, what is happening? What is going on?
If I did have a father, what would you do? What do you want to do about it?
Well, I don't have a father, so I'm interested in what your father is like. Also, no, we're not in Saltmarsh.
Okay.
Furnace
all
goes
right.
with GPS. It's pretty dope.
Yeah. It's just that, it's fantasy, so it's like it takes a little while. Like we don't have like 5G, no LTE yet, but it's like 2G.
Just got the ping. Yeah.
Just a second.
Wow, we got
All this talk about 5G gives me like a little bit of a thought. Like, what if we're in the same place but just jumped in time?
Whoa.
What?
Well, I don't know much about that. I mean,
But we're
this
definitely
doesn't-
not in the same way. Hold on, we are not. We're outside now.
Well, I just mean like salt marsh. I mean, we smell the ocean, and
Well, I think we
Maybe-
just weren't in Salt Marsh a minute
You
ago.
know,
That place did not. I think that was a different place where we
well,
just.
yes, but the door
Yeah.
that we went in,
Uh-huh.
that was in. We went into it. We went from salt marsh and then into the mansion, and then now we went out another door. And my thought is maybe it's just salt marsh at a different time.
Also, Tilly, I'll have you know that
okay.
every single inside was once an outside until the walls were constructed. Think about that.
I'm done. I'm done talking to you for a little bit.
All right, you can have fun. Is it?
That's fine. I'm gonna walk over here.
Well, I think that there's only one way to find out where we are, and that's to go look around and see where we are. So I'm
Follow
gonna...
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you said that there is a town nearby, right? You said that.
No, this is far, far, far in the distance. Like probably, like it's the most like faint shimmer of ambient light, incredibly far away that Nebbiolo saw. This is not a night walk. This would be at least a day's travel, if not more.
Well,
Okay. Well, let's fast forward a day and let's just say we walk there.
Start trekking.
Want to take a long rest, or we
Well,
just
that
No,
makes
this is our
sense.
time to get to know each other.
yeah.
Yeah, let's.
God.
This is
Well,
the
I
beach
noticed-
episode.
I noticed there's a bit of a path here. It seems like, I mean, I'm no ranger or nothing, but it seems like that would make the most sense. maybe we shove off then, eh?
Yeah, well, standing here is not going to do anything, so let's go anywhere else.
Can I roll a survival check and see if this path has been used recently at all, or could I just tell?
Absolutely. Roll survival. Do it with disadvantage, as it is dark out, and you do not have dark vision.
All right. So first roll is a 15, and the second roll is an 18.
Yeah,
Nice.
With a 15 total, it doesn't really seem like it's been used much. With the 15 in survival, you also gather that like there are creatures that have passed by here, but this area is not like. The only reason you can see like a semblance of a path is probably because at some point long ago there was probably some slates of stone put down, and nature has had to cover it up essentially to grow more.
Well,
Almost like it's been a lot of time.
Yeah, it's
So-
I mean, I think we should go on it no matter what. It doesn't really matter, but staying here is going to do nothing.
yeah.
Well,
no,
that being
I think
said,
I'm with Tilly on this one.
Tilly, can I ask you right now, how much health did you lose in the animated chain library?
I mean, I have full health now.
Oh,
I
'cause
lost.
you got healed a bunch.
I got knocked out, but I only had 8 points total, so then I got healed for
Cool.
8 points. So I got 16 health points now. HP.
Yeah,
Does
you're
this
feeling
mean that
good.
something bad is
Harry
coming for Tilly?
Potters. Yeah, I think.
In
usually
this
it
world,
means
no, there's nothing bad in this world. It's all good.
Hmm.
that. Oh, cool.
Y'all want to
do
wander
you think
through
this is
the
Dungeons
through
and
the
Dragons?
dark?
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Let me see if I've got any cool spells for that.
Cool spell.
I do not.
Nice.
So there you have it, folks.
Nebula's like looking through
Yeah,
his
I'm like,
cargo pants.
in characters. I think I've got a match and maybe.
Does nobody have
something.
like a torch or some shit?
No, we've got adventurers. I've got this adventurers pack. And pulls out a torch. I don't need it, but you know, here you go. And hands it to Tilly.
Cool. Tilly has a torch. Everybody in fiction, remember that Tilly's
We're-
Cool.
carrying a torch.
Does Tilly have like flint or anything to light the fire with?
I don't know.
Do you have
Yes.
any cantrips
In
that
video
are
games, all you have
fire-based?
to do is hold the right bumper.
Yeah, what are you
and raise
talking
the
about?
light. Yeah, come
I
on.
figured that whoever pulled it out would have lit it on fire for me.
Well,
I just gave you a
Come
piece
on,
of
Carme.
wood. That's I mean that also comes in the adventurers pack, I imagine. So
Yeah.
let me
I'm more
let me
of
look
a-
it look
I mean,
let me look it up just to be sure.
You're telling me what's in your packs.
Yeah, there-
Yeah,
Well,
no,
I'm
I
more of a,
will. Oh, I'll tell you.
Death wizard than a fire wizard.
Well, you can use some fire. anyhow.
Tinderbox, 10 torches.
Tinderbox, there you go.
Tinderbox, cool.
nice.
All right.
Fantastic. And with little effort, the torch is now bright and flaming.
What do I
Can we
see, Vinny?
see anything?
A torch does not light that much. I think it's a 20-foot radius.
I use 4 torches at once, so that is
Well-
80 foot radius.
Well, I can see pretty
They
far.
do- they do
Just
stack.
myself.
You know, it's kind of like a metaphor. You know, when you only can see so much, it's all about making sure you're still on the path, one day at a time. You know.
Did your father teach you that?
God.
No, you see, fairness, this is something. These are hard lessons that I've learned and taught myself. You see, I've come up, I've raised myself, and I see, I see that potential in you as well.
Oh.
Do you not feel that Orville's like, kind of like your father? I know that Orville kind of breathed life into you, constructed you, and whatnot. Is it not the same thing?
It's not the same thing. It's similar, but I am not of him.
Well,
do you think
he's
that you
my
absolutely, do you think that you're sure? Do you think you're sure that you don't have a father? Or do you just have a feeling you don't have a father? Or I don't know what I'm trying to ask. I think,
I don't know.
well, if you ever want to try to find your father, I'll help you.
I just have never met another Warforged. And do we have fathers and mothers and sisters and uncles? I don't know.
Stacking cousins. I know. Sometimes I got those.
Are
know
you
about
making fun
Warforged?
of me, Nebbiolo?
No. Just giving you more options for types of familial relations. That's all. I'm just
Thanks.
getting you excited about the possibilities. That's all.
Or there could be nobody like
Can I
me.
do an insight check on that?
Do I know any Warforges, Vinny, from my time of adventure?
Actually,
No.
yeah. Can I roll a history check to see if I've ever seen a
Yeah, my cousin
Warforged?
is a Warforged, actually.
You can roll if you'd like, but the answer is no.
What if it's a nat 20?
I got a
You can
nat
roll-
20.
I was about to say you can roll a nat 20, and I'll still tell you no, you have not.
I rolled 3 dice and they all said 20.
I did want to roll an
every
insight
single one.
on whether Nebula was being facetious or not.
Sure. Roll insight, Nebbiolo. Roll your dice, and you can either put your deception or persuasion bonus to that. You don't have to tell us.
Cool. They are the same.
But Carme,
Ooh,
got?
okay, that's not gonna be great. That's gonna be a 5.
This is a 14.
yeah, it's hard to tell.
Mhm.
It
I
seems
am
like
I'm feeling very suspicious about Nebula.
I don't know. They seem pretty on the level with that roll.
I'm just gonna walk.
I figured we've been walking this whole time.
We are walking, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Walking and
Tilly's-
chatting.
Tilly's doing the thing that she does where she's just talking really fast to herself and no one's listening. She's like, I'm just walking on this thing.
Tilly is walking and paying attention to how fast everyone else is walking and walking a little faster. And then if you guys sort of catch up, Tilly starts walking just a little bit faster. Not
Actually, wait,
super
Tilly,
good.
what's your speed?
1,000.
25 feet.
25 feet.
25?
Oh.
No, I mean I got
You
30.
can't keep
I don't know
up.
if
Are you
you're ahead.
using-
I also have 30.
I know.
Okay, but I can still move at a quicker pace than y'all. I can still try and walk away from
That's
you guys.
literally
what
that's how
speed
speed works.
means.
Yeah. What are you talking
Tilly
about?
is using
But
the
we're
dash
walking.
action
I'm running.
over and over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm dashing and dashing.
Furnace, you feel a weight on your shoulder suddenly.
Emotionally?
No, it's a little bit more physical, but you can
Big
tell me if it's
conversation we're
also
having.
you hear a voice. So can we go back to the mansion? This is kind of cool and fun, but I've never actually left the mansion before, and I'm freaking out.
Nebbiolo reaches down and pulls up a bit of grass. So this is called grass. I think that's dirt. Up there, you see that? Those are stars.
Okay, well that looks like thin zucchini, ground mushrooms, and big salt in a black pan. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's all it really is, just big salt in a black pan in the sky.
You have a
Coriander's
pretty
really got
fun
that,
imagination there, Coriander.
got that chaotic
Got,
line cook energy.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse. I didn't even know that you came with us, Coriander. Whew.
Yeah, for an uninvited guest, you sure are complaining about where we are a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I did say, I mean, I confided in you, my new compatriots, my new friends, my new best friends, that it gets a little lonely there, and I thought, hey, here's a bunch of cool people and what have you that I can hang out with.
Well, here's the thing, though, is that we're not really planning on staying in the mansion. So you can have.
Well, I mean, that's why we came out here, right?
Yeah.
Tired of the mansion. We're gonna go adventure for I don't know, maybe a couple hours, and we go back, and it's all good.
A couple hours.
No, we're probably going to die eventually on this adventure. We're
Yeah,
kind of
I
all
think
planning
so.
for that. So you
Yeah.
also have to plan
Well,
for that, friend.
I mean, I was not planning on dying. I was hoping to go back to Salt Marsh at some point, but
Nobody
Yes.
seems to
Agree with
know
that.
how to
I
get
also-
somebody to leave. This is how you do it. You
Tilly,
convince them
you-
that they don't want to be here.
Coriander lands on your shoulder, significantly bigger on your small frame than on Furnace's. I mean, you're not actually planning on dying. Trust me, it's not a good time.
I mean,
Why
I'm
that's
would
familiar
you?
with-
I'm familiar
hold
with
on.
dying and death, friend.
Yeah, it's quite a bit to unpack in that statement.
It's kind of my whole suit, you know? It's my whole dealie.
Not a good time to die?
Coriander flaps away from Tilly after that statement of death is my shit. Lands
is
on the
my
ground
shit.
this time. He's
Uh,
kind of just like pointing his little claws together nervously.
Oh,
my.
great.
No, bud. I mean, you cook for a living, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it could be a treacherous life.
Yeah, I'm just saying the things that I do is pretty much the same thing. You know?
What do you do, Tilly?
Well, you take all the ingredients and then you bring it all back to life, and sometimes it goes the way you want it to, and sometimes your souffle pops, you know? It's
It's
whatever.
like when your celery is kind of limp, you chop the ends, you put it in cold water. It's back to life.
Exactly. Yeah.
Tilly
And if you
gives
try to
life?
make it homunculus, you know, and it turns out to just be a kind of a huge mess, it's fine.
You can call me a huge homunculus. That's cool.
Are you a
I
huge
don't
homunculus?
really
What are you?
huge homunculus.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, it makes me sound stronger. I guess I don't know.
Are you a homunculus? Is that what this?
Yeah, but I thought huge homunculus sounded. I thought that's what you said, and I was
I
rolling
just-
with it.
All right.
Huge.
I didn't realize
huge
that you were a homunculus. I thought you were a bat.
huge homunculus. I'm not a cat. I got wings.
No, a
You
bat
know?
with a bee.
Bat.
I don't know what that is.
It's what you
Uh,
are, ish.
Can we go back to Tilly bringing dead people back to life?
I definitely agree. I don't really speak a lot in metaphors. I'm more like very literal, and I guess I just what do you mean when you say you bring things back and sometimes it doesn't work so well?
I don't really get what the confusion is, and it's exactly what I said. I use magic sometimes to try and bring things back to life, and I will get better at it. And so far, it hasn't really worked out very well.
Yeah, but what do you mean it hasn't worked out? Like what happens to the people that you bring
They're
back?
just
Are
kind
they
of
the
like
same
shells.
person?
They're not. No, they're just like shells of people, or like, you know, people seem to be like offended if I, you know, say your son dies or something, and I bring it back, and it's scary or whatever. It's
Why
you know,
would it
try
be
and-
scary?
Yeah, I
because
mean, you
people
know-
have a limit. They want when something dies, they want it to be dead, and
Because
They-
the
they like
souffle
it that
popped
way.
already.
because the souffle popped. That was my metaphor.
Wow.
You know, if I can't really do the brain parts, I just have to be more conscientious of the choices I make when it comes to bringing things back. You know.
I mean, yeah, but bringing back dead people is kind of, you know, against my deeper sensibilities, if you will. But,
Yeah.
it's a
Nebbiolo?
bold choice to say the least.
Well,
You're
I
kind
feel
of
like
one of
I've
the only-
overshared a little bit, so let's fucking keep walking.
Nebbiolo, you're one of the only traveled people in the group. Carme is a little bit of a farm girl. Furnace is brand new. And Orville already said his piece. You know that necromancy, the bringing life from death, is pretty generally frowned upon everywhere.
Mm.
It's not inherently evil, from all accounts, but most people that dabble in it are not cool dudes.
Yeah. Hey, Tilly.
Yep.
So you do this fairly often, yeah? It's a pretty rare thing. I can't say I've met many folks who know how to do that. You ever think about maybe monetizing on that a bit?
Well, so far I brought my so far I've only really done it a few times, and every time I've done it, people seem to hate it. Which I don't really get. You know, I can do animals and stuff. That's kind of all right. You know, you bring a squirrel back and people didn't, you know, this one's a little weird, got some patches missing or whatever.
Well, that's the beauty of it, you know, you think about it. Contracts. You ever heard of contracts?
I have
You know-
contracted, you know.
No. I'm not. I'm not talking about,
Contracted
no,
lots
no.
of
I'm
things.
talking about on paper, not on skin or what have you.
Alright.
Sign here, not, responsible for any ungodly what have you that comes of it. I think we might have a solid business idea here.
Yeah, well, I've tried this in the past. See, I have come from a family of people who have, my parents owned a mortuary of sorts, and I would bring things back, and people would freak out, and whatever. It's just,
But-
it's not a good call for me, I think.
Well, it sounds like you had the supply, but you didn't have the demand. You just got to look for the demand, and then you meet that with the supply. And I think you might find something worth your while. Pretty
Yeah.
Is
penny, if you will.
Nebbiolo, excuse me, Nebbiolo,
Uh,
are you
yeah.
suggesting that Tilly creates a demand by killing a lot of people so that there is work to be done?
Let me think about this.
That seems
Yes.
No.
All right,
No.
fucking roll initiative, dude.
Is that no? Like no.
No. No, but also like no, but also
Nah.
no.
Yeah. No, Tilly's like not really super interested in this conversation continuing. So it's like, 'cause people, yeah, like that's the thing, is like necromancy's pretty frowned upon, and Tilly's like a pretty low level wizard at this point. So like the only things that have come back from Tilly's magic has not been on like wholly intentional, and has always ended up like just fucking everything up. So Tilly's kind of like, I don't know, not like afraid to do it, just like not good at it, and doesn't want to broadcast the fact that this is the kind of magic that she's good at,
Yeah.
So
Well-
Tilly's just like, you definitely overshared a little bit, and it's like,
Tilly, sometimes it's better to just put something out there and not, wait for perfection. I think you learn from failure more than you do from success.
Yeah.
That's very true, young
That's
one.
the-
Yeah, that's right.
that's true.
That's,
People usually
Comment-
tend to claim ownership over their old bodies, So it's not really my scene to fuck around with that. That's all. But maybe I'll raise some undead skeletons or homunculus or something funny.
I hope I get to
Do a
see
thing.
it.
Yeah, I know.
Sounds
I'm sure
really
you will.
cool.
That's kind of the plan.
Is that what you were doing when you were pointing at the bookshelf?
Yep.
Wow.
I did it.
So we just didn't
successfully,
get to
too.
see it. Okay.
No, that
that's-
one worked. And
Wow.
it worked good.
Wow.
So that was cool. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah. So where we're going? Because so
As
far,
soon as you say that, Tilly, you hear it's a howl in the distance. And again, this you're traveling downhill ever so slightly. You're starting to get to where there are trees on both sides of you. These are summer trees, like they're very puffy. Some of them are willows, like long and strainy, blowing through the wind. The wind is picking up just a bit. But you hear the sound of dogs in the distance.
They sound like big dogs or sweet little puppers.
It's hard to tell. They sound... Well, give me a nature check.
Oh shoot! How do I do it? Oh wow! I'm actually pretty good with that.
Very natural.
I
I
bet.
think.
You're a natural.
Except for right now, which is a natty one.
You have
Right.
no idea. These could be huge monstrous beasts, or these could be puppies. Hard to tell. If one other person wants to make that nature check, by all means,
fuck
please
yeah,
do.
Tilly can do that because I have a +2.
Oh, I have a +5. You should have let
Too
me.
late. I
do
got
it,
a natural
Tilly.
20 though.
Oh!
Yeah, so 22.
Usually, you would be incredibly worried that these are wolves. This is
Not Tilly,
smaller
though.
than that. These are dogs of some sort. It
I
seems
think
like
they're
they're
dogs
not
of some sort.
They're not incredibly far away. You can probably get there within a few minutes. But just the terrain, you cannot see through at this moment. Should you want to head in that direction, you are more than welcome to.
Yeah,
Why
fuck
would we
yeah.
want
Let's
to
head in
do
that
that?
direction. What else
Why would we
do?
go towards the howling?
Because they're not
Continue
wolves or
on the
dogs.
path.
They're just
if
dogs.
They're
they could-
wild dogs.
Well, I mean,
I
they
miss my
could.
dog.
They could potentially take us in the direction of something.
They could be
Yeah, well-
allies.
Well, I don't like dogs per se. As a person, that's just where I'm at.
I just heard
Zod-
Judy cry.
Yeah, right. It's because I don't think that they like me. No, Gibby, this is Nebbiolo. It's not that.
Oh no!
This is not Daddy.
I will say-
Emotional damage.
Emotional damage.
I like to think that dogs are kind of like the seagulls of land. You know, it's like when you can hear dogs nearby, you must be close to civilization if they're domesticated dogs. I think we better go check it out.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's a
that
fair
sounds
point.
pretty good to me. I'm down to do that. So
My
let's do
intelligence is
anything other than
16.
keep walking on this path.
What is the marching order? Who's in front? Keep in mind that some of you cannot see very well. You do have a torch Tilly.
Torch Tilly!
Nebbiolo is not in the front.
You-
I'll tell you that
along-
much.
Torch, Tilly.
Tilly is currently scooting along the front, but if there's any sort of danger, Tilly is going to fall back because
Because Tilly
I
learned her lesson.
Tilly stays in the back.
All right, who is
Learn
after
that
Tilly?
lesson.
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 Oh, sorry. Learn.
Learn that
lesson.
Okay.
All
We'll
right.
get it in post.
We'll get it.
We'll fix it.
Um,
I would say Orville could probably go first. I think he's just
After Tilly or
after or beside Tilly because Tilly's got the light.
Yeah.
I mean, you can easily see above Tilly.
That's also true. Yeah, I'll walk behind Tilly. I can see the torches stuff.
Nice.
I think Carme is probably going to be in the back, just making sure nothing's sneaking up on them.
And I figured Furnace is somewhere between Orville and Nebbiolo making conversation. Awkward
Yeah.
conversation. Fathers.
Fantastic.
Perfect.
Coriander
Talking about
kinda
fathers.
floats into the Furnace Nebbiolo area, but he is flying on his own. Eventually, you round a thicket of large willows. It's hard to see, but you think there's an opening of sorts. It's more of a pasture of short grass. The trees part for this kind of short valley. But the setting is marred by a pack of wild dogs. There are two figures that they are surrounding. One of them is an adult half elf, and you see that he is trying to shelter a small tiefling, a child. He is brandishing a sickle and just trying to keep them from eating them. They are slowly biting and running away. He looks like he's half torn to shreds as is. You,
Sad.
Dad, how close
can we
are
have
you?
an initiative roll, please?
Yeah.
Yes, I was going to say.
I was
Is
gonna
this a
say
good time
that-
to get another beer too
Uh-oh.
after?
Shouldn't have gone this way.
After we roll initiative, we will go to break. So let's get initiative, and we'll cue up some battle music, and there are some dogs to fight.
Fuck yeah.
13. Oh, you're making us fight dogs, Vinny, you sick fuck.
Content warning.
They're mean. They're
Give me
mean
some
dogs.
watching.
I'm sorry, Tilly, you had a 14? 13?
13. Can you call them something else, like fantasy dogs or
They are
Yeah,
definitely fantasy.
yeah. Like,
mean dogs?
how about?
Republican dogs.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Cop dogs.
Crab dogs.
All right, I'm just going to start going down. Carme, what'd you get?
I got an 8.
8.
Evil
I'm gonna kill those
Mastiff.
dap dogs.
Nebbiolo, what'd you get?
I got a 16.
Nice. Orville, what'd you get?
I got a 3.
Nice. Bringing up the rear, probably. And Furnace.
I got a 4.
Nice. Coriander got a 14.
Nice.
Alrighty, we will be taking a quick 8 to 10 minute break, and we will meet you back for the battle of these not dogs.
Lift Moss Tiff.
Yeah, dog.
Nice.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
It's not good.
That's sorry.
What's
I'm thinking about instead of cold openings. What about hot openings? You know?
Yeah,
like
we should
Yeah,
go
no, that was hot. That was hot. Welcome back to Magics and Mullets. We are joining our crew as they have just seen a pack of wild dogs attacking a half-elf man and a child tiefling.
And they're
There is blood in
Republican
the air.
dogs.
Yeah,
They
the
are
shitty,
bad
mean
dogs. You can't really see what's going on with the dogs from this distance, as it is night. But we have rolled initiative, and we're going to jump into battle.
Did somebody say bad dogs? Here's
Oh,
Jimmy.
no.
Oh, that's my little pea
here.
monster that peed
Yeah,
on
my
all
little
the
pee
things.
boy.
Speaking of Republican dogs.
It's okay.
Burn.
Going out. We're actually fighting some dogs right now. I don't
Ibby
want
says,
to hear this.
nobody wants to work anymore.
Shut up, Gibby.
In the distance, you do see a fairly recently cut down tree stump. It's kind of in the middle of nowhere. Let's see who's first. The child is cowering, essentially taking the dodge action, and let's just see. The character, the adult half elf, is slashing towards the wolves, but to no effect. Beyond that, Nebbiolo, you see the scene. I kind of set up everyone in their marching order. If there's small things you want to change there, by all means, please do. But I think that should be fairly accurate. But Nebbiolo, you will be up first.
Quick
Tilly, you're on
question.
deck.
I should know this, but if I cast a spell or a cantrip, is it both of those that I would have to roll a d20 to see if anything crazy happens, or is it just spells?
You've used the Tides of Chaos already, right?
Yeah. In our practice battle, yes, not in the actual real play.
You would have to do Tides of Chaos to begin with to get advantage on something, and then you would start rolling a d20 on. I believe it's every leveled spell.
I thought it was. Let me read this
First
real
level
quick.
or higher.
Okay, first level or higher, because I was pretty sure that it was every spell I cast, I roll at first level or higher. I roll a d20, and if it's a 1, then I have to roll on the Magic Wild or Wild Surge table.
Let's see.
Once per turn,
Once
the
per
DM.
turn.
Once per turn, the DM can have you roll a d20 immediately after the sorcerer spell of first level or higher. If you roll,
Yeah, I'm going to do
roll.
that often,
Cool.
but
Great.
it has to be a leveled spell. Cantrips are pretty mundane as far as like magic users go.
Yeah.
So that probably won't trigger anything deep within your
Cool.
your blood to cause any kind of magical mystery, what have you.
Cool.
But Nebbiolo, you are up at this point.
Well, with that being said, I am going to cast a first level spell. I'm going to cast everybody's favorite little magic missile at the one at each of the 3 dogs closest.
Alrighty.
By Republican dogs. That's an auto hit. So.
And are you going to stay where you are to do that?
Yes, it's a range of 120 feet. I think this is probably like 80 feet.
I'm only asking because should you roll a 1 and then an 8 or a 9, this campaign's
yes, that's
over.
fair. Okay, fair. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna bonk on over here to the side to get a better view of the dog.
And not kill your whole party.
So number 2, 3, and 5. Roll damage on each one of those, please.
Okay. First one is 2 points.
Fantastic.
Second one is 3 points.
Got it.
And third Republican doggy is also going to take 3 points. And do you want me to roll?
Yeah, roll a d20. If you hit a 1, we're going to have to roll a d100.
Oh, Jenga rule.
Jumanji!
It's not Jenga. Everyone, it's Jumanji.
Jenga!
What's the other J game? That's an 11. We're safe.
All right, cool.
Jump rope.
Just hop on top.
This is the beginning of the battle. Feel free. What does it
straight
look like
smash.
as Nebula throws 3 magical darts at a bunch of dogs?
I like to think that he just kind of like dives to the side, trying to look really fucking cool. Just like,
Well,
Jump
okay,
to the
real
side and
quick.
land.
Give me a performance. Like,
Okay.
it might look really cool.
Hell yeah.
Alright, I got plus 3 to that. Oh fuck, that's a 21. Can I do a flip?
You do like one of those like barrel roll flips with like you don't get your feet completely over your head, but it looks dope.
Cool. Love it.
You charge up your 3 bolts as you do the flip, and then you come up into the air and boo 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 or whatever
When-
sound you would prefer.
When he casts a magic missile this time, can it be like he's rolling dice and throwing them to the craps table?
Nice.
Yeah, they fucking bounce
Nice.
around off the ground and beam into these 3 dogs. They each yelp high pitched. After Neb, anything else? Bonus action if you have one.
No, I'm just gonna blow on my hands like finger gun.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's
Nebula's a cool
Coriander's
guy.
turn,
Yeah.
and he
Nebula's
is
like-
going to.
Mall
Wait,
FYE cool though.
I was gonna say next time before you do the whole like rolling of the die magic missile, if you're ever like trying to be like kind of flirty, just get someone to like kiss it before you roll it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
there we
hold on
go.
to
Now
that
we're
one for next
talking.
time.
Yeah.
Next time you're trying to flirt.
Coriander flies into the
Coriander.
wooded area. He says, "Ah!" And he attempts to hide. Arme, you still see him.
I do.
He is latched onto a tree, but you have the highest passive perception. Going on from there, Tilly, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Tilly!
Carme,
He's
you
mine.
are on deck as
Sure.
far as PCs go.
Sweet.
I would like to cast a spell at these
Nice.
guys. I'm gonna do. How far am I from all these dudes? How far? These 5 feet or 10 feet first?
They are 5 feet each.
I was gonna say I hope so, because they're very fucking far away.
Pretty fucking far away from these fools, huh? Let's see. Where am I on this fucking board?
They're about 60 feet away, the closest one is.
Cool.
But
I'm
you
gonna
can
move just a
25
little
feet
bit.
before you do that.
Yeah, I can move a little bit. So, but I have no control over my guy. So.
What?
We love you, roll 20.
Yeah, thank you, Roll 20.
Thank
you so
you,
much.
Roll 20.
Thank you, Roll
Love
20.
you.
I can't move any. Thank you.
Right now. Right
10,
now.
15. I'm gonna go like right there, and then I'm gonna cast Ray of Sickness.
Whoa.
All right. Fantastic. What does that do?
So I will just read what it says. A ray of sickening green energy lashes towards a creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 2d8 poison damage and must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, it is also poisoned until the end of your next turn.
Cool.
So,
And you're
yeah.
attacking this one right here.
I'm doing a ray, so it's gonna go. Boop, boop,
I'm sorry, it's gonna go what?
boop, 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 boop.
What is, hey, Harry.
Hold on, I'm actually reading this. I'm actually rereading this one more time.
I think
I just-
I think you have to target a creature.
I do. You're right. Sure, it's targeting. Yeah. Okay, fine. So
All right,
yeah,
so make a
just the one
spell
in front.
attack roll.
Cool. I will.
So this guy over here.
Whichever one that Cormac hit already.
I hit 3.
Yeah, this one has been hit. This one has been hit. And this one has, the 3 closest you have all been hit.
Yeah.
I got a 14 total.
14 is going to hit a dog.
Nice.
And you said
A
you wanted to hit this one over
Republican.
here?
A Republican dog.
So this Republican dog, Tilly burps into her hand and then blows it at them.
Yeah. Please.
And
Outstanding.
it's fucking funny. 2d8. A. I got a 7, and then I got a 6 plus. Oh yeah, make a Constitution saving throw.
There we go.
There we go. All right, we're looking at a wild dog Constitution saving throw. That is going to be a D20 plus 1. That's going to be 12 total.
I think
Does that save?
That's my spell save DC.
All right, tied to the die. Go ahead and roll damage, though.
So wait, it's against my spell save, right?
That is correct.
Okay, cool. That's what I thought. Blah, 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 blah. So I got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then...
Well, go ahead and roll the damage first, because
I did.
these are dogs. What
7
was the
and
total?
6 plus 4.
Yeah, this dog is dead.
Nice.
Oh.
Uh,
The
so
Republican
this
dog is
beam
dead.
of green kind of smoke billows past Tilly's fingers and basically suffocates this dog. It goes into its body, ripping it apart from the outside, and it falls down dead. At this point, Tilly, you notice there is something not normal about these dogs.
Well, I'm just
It
gonna...
looks like its pelt is moldy and
Because
gross.
these dogs hate herbs, and real dogs love herbs.
Tilly, would you like anything else on your turn?
No, Tilly is just gonna take maybe like a step backwards.
I'm just updating our page on doesthedogdie.com real quick.
Oh no!
No, does the
Yeah.
Republican dog die.com?
I don't
yeah.
want. I still hate that they're dogs.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Y'all, they're evil dogs. They're not nice. They're moldy dogs.
Moldy
They're
dogs.
taking the shape of dogs.
They're dogs that you
Uh,
left in the crisper drawer in the fridge for too long. It's
Oh.
fine.
So it is now the
Yikes.
dog's turn. This first one is going to rush in and attack this tiefling boy. He has disadvantage as the child is dodging.
It is kind of
Those are
funny though,
both
because I feel like you're
16s.
definitely playing with a group of people who like dogs more than they like kids.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
So this first dog reaches out its long snout, grasps onto the boy's shoulder, rips him down to the ground. He hits his head and is no longer moving.
Boy.
This next dog attacks the half-elf. This would be normal. That's a natural 3 on the die. That's not going to hit. The next one directly to the north of him is also going to attack. That is a natural 15 on the die, so that is definitely going to hit. That's 1d6 plus 1. 4 points of damage to this gentleman. And then the next wolf is also going to try to take down this guy.
These people are getting
Natural
killed
6
by
on the
dogs.
die is not going to do it.
fuck.
After the dogs, Carme, you saw this young tiefling boy go down. What would you like to do?
Carme like kind of throws up her shield and her pistol and kind of like winces for a second. Is just like, pretend they're the wolves that haunt our farm, pretend they're the wolves that haunt our farm, and opens her eyes and like shoots her pistol.
Are you shooting from where you're at? Because
It's
if you
30
are
90.
shooting- So past 30, you're going to have disadvantage.
Well, I can only, let's see, even if I went 10, 20, 30, that'd still be...
Also, just as a point of order, if you shoot beyond your friends, the AC of the creatures goes up by 2. So if you wanted to swing
Oh.
around, like you did in the last battle,
Yeah.
and get a clearer shot, they won't have that bonus.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. 10, 20, 30, we go here. But that's still like a, let's see, 10, 20, 30. That's
Yeah.
still like
Like
disadvantage.
45.
Sure.
I mean, might as well
So-
shoot at them, though, right?
Yeah, you can
Oh,
still.
yeah,
you can
for
still
sure.
attempt- They are wild dogs.
So, okay, that was be 12 plus 5. 17 to attack.
17 definitely hits. Are you attacking this one
Right.
that's closest to you here?
Yes. Correct.
Yeah, roll damage.
Okay.
Once again, everyone, this is a deafening blow. This is so fucking loud.
What is the gun?
The gun, yeah,
The
it's
gun,
a gun.
the sound of it.
Gone.
Gone.
Gun.
Gone.
Carmen is a fucking gun. Alright.
What's the damage you put out?
That's gonna be 10 points of damage.
Yeah, Carme, what does it look like as you shoot this dog?
Sounds like
After
that scene in Old Yeller.
yeah, I was gonna say like you know, Carme has had a lot of experience shooting wolves because they tend to be a pretty big problem where she grew up, where her farm was, and they would attack all of their chickens and their livelihoods. So she got kind of used to like knowing how to shoot something humanely. So she did shoot this dog like right in the head so that it had a very quick death.
Just to
It goes.
What?
I just thought Tilly like blew a burp at one of the dogs that had died, and then Carmen just stepped next to Tilly and shoots one in the face with a gun.
Carme,
alright,
can you make
well.
a perception check as you do this? As you're scoping down this dog.
Okay. Perception?
Please.
That's gonna be a 1.
Yeah, never mind. Furnace, you are up, and then Orville, you're on deck
Jesus
with a
Christ,
4 and a 3
okay.
on initiative.
I'm like, okay, it's dead.
I'm not very dexterous. Leave me alone.
You guys should have rolled higher.
15,
Tried.
20, 25, 30. Okay, I'm getting this close. What's my range on a crossbow?
What
I
kind of
got you.
crossbows?
A light crossbow.
Also, I looked up pistol range to see the range for a pistol in D&D, and it was just showing me all of the different pistol ranges there are in Texas. I was like, I don't need that.
Oh,
A
God.
lot of them.
You can shoot 80 feet without disadvantage, so you are well
Oh.
within range for all these kinds.
Easy peasy. All right, then I'm gonna take a shot. At this. I guess maybe. Well, this one. The boy is down, right? So this one.
Boy is down. He's on the ground, so you
So I
both
can-
have an AC bonus.
I can blast my
You can
my
certainly try.
crossbow on over the boy's head at this one that's close to him.
Can I?
Right.
Yeah,
can
so go ahead and roll an attack. That's going to be a d20 plus your dexterity modifier and your proficiency bonus.
Thanks.
Can I ask a character question about Furnace real quick?
Yes.
Does Furnace wield a crossbow, or is there a crossbow built into Furnace?
Oh.
Ooh, cool.
Furnace at this time wields a crossbow.
Yeah, I would say because Orville is proficient with crossbows, so I like to imagine that Orville gave Furnace the crossbow.
Nice.
Makes sense.
Oh, it is just so exciting thinking of like what Furnace looks like now versus what Furnace will eventually look like at the end of this campaign.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
If she survives, they survive.
Wait, plus. Oh, you can say she. Furnace doesn't care. 7,
Evolved. Furnace has evolved past gender.
10. Does a 10 hit the
10
dog?
Unfortunately, the dog sees the arrow, or the bolt rather, arcing towards it, and it is nimble enough to skirt out of the way. It hits the dirt with a small plume of dust where it was standing. It does not hit. Anything for a bonus action or any more movement should you have it.
I don't have any more movement. Thank
All right,
you.
Orville, you're up.
Oh! Wait. Nobody
Oh.
moved.
What?
Thank you.
Yeah!
Thank you. Am I ginger ale? What?
Oh, the real
That's
hero
perfect.
of this
Ginger ale?
adventure.
Yes.
Thank you.
Wow.
All right.
Is that the
This is my
first?
favorite
Is
part
that
of
the
stream.
first? Yeah. Oh.
That's so great.
Thank you.
All right, just mute that mic and chomp away.
Yeah, thank God you just had your turn, too, because now you have time to
Yeah.
Crunchwrap Supreme time. Emphasis on the
Orville,
crunch.
Orville Tompkin, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
So I'm definitely going to get closer. 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. What is the range on Sacred Flame? I can't remember. It is
It's 60 feet, I think.
You are correct, my friend.
Woo!
Hey, someone's played a.
I've been a cleric for quite some time.
Do we not have any
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
Wompy friends in this game? Does nobody have
Well,
punch babe?
I mean, I could be a punch babe. I just gotta get close.
I'm gonna
so
have Brutus
I
make me
can
a
Sacred
shotgun.
Flame this idiot right here.
And that is a saving throw of what? Dexterity,
It is
correct?
Dex, yeah.
That is a natural 2 on the die as a total of 4. So please
Let's
roll damage.
Radiant damage. That is an 8
Radiant damage.
radiant. Max
Ooh,
damage,
nice.
baby.
That dog is dead. Tell me what that looks like, friend.
That dog just, like, this bright light just emerges from within it, and then it just disintegrates. It's gone.
Wow.
That
It's just
that
gone?
dog is very dead.
It was
Doggone!
It burns up in opaque white flame and is dead on the ground. I forgot to do this, but Furnace, as you are the closest, and I know you're taking a bite, so just roll the dice. Can you give me a perception check, please?
Good nod of
This
yes.
is one for the bloopers.
That's an
For the
8.
pooper reels.
That's an
Nice.
8.
All right, never mind. Cool. Top of the order. Let's go ahead and roll for the tiefling boy. That's a natural 1, so he takes 2 death saving throws.
No!
Thrower.
However, the half elf is next, and he is going to use his healing potion.
Nice.
That's going to be 2. I believe that's 2d4 plus 2.
He went to the
4.
potions, fella.
6, 7, 8. The child is still prone at this point, but is now conscious once again. But this guy has used up his turn. We're back at the top of the order. That is Nebbiolo. On deck is going to be Tilly. Nebbiolo,
Nice.
what do you do?
Fuck, I'm far away. Okay.
Far away.
We'll cast Fireball.
Yes,
5,
fireball.
10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Move right there. And I'll cast my cantrip Fireball. And I'm gonna try and hit this proud dog right there.
Proud dog. All right.
That's a 16 plus 5, 21.
Yeah, that's going to hit, homie.
Alright.
21.
Don't say one.
I'll roll a d10. Fire damage. That's a 4. 4 fire damage.
4 points of damage. It takes the damage. It is slightly singed. Now that you are close enough, please roll a perception check.
Alright, what's my perception? Oh, that is a straight up and down for me. It's another 16.
With that 16, you were the first to notice that all of these dogs, they have very matted fur, thick pelts that are moldy almost. One of them that is already dead, the one that got shot in the face, has a clump of mushrooms coming out of its eye socket and moving up its face.
Cool. Hot dogs.
These mushrooms look anything like the mushroom folks that Carme and Tilly and myself fought.
They have caps and stems, but they don't have, like, bodies.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, fair.
I do
Okay.
know what you mean, yeah.
Related only in that it is mushroom.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Is this a mushroom heavy campaign, Vinny?
Well, considering our
There's gonna be
finale was.
some
We
mushrooms.
get it. You like mushrooms.
Hey, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Coriander
Just
moves
Vinny.
up and he
It's Vinny,
snaps,
come on.
snaps some branches, and he is not hitting the
Branches!
He is trying to hide. After Coriander, Tilly, you are up.
Fuck yeah. Tilly wants to do a different spell this time.
Because she learned
Come on.
that lesson.
Spell.
Learn
Damn.
That.
That's
That's
it.
it.
Nice.
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 Such
Nice.
synergy. So that motherfucker, that dead kid, is he still dead?
No, he just got fed a health potion, essentially.
Yeah, all right.
So he's
Let-
still prone on the ground, but his eyes fluttered open, and he is not dying at the moment.
All
In
right.
fact, with that roll, he's at full health, but he doesn't have a lot to begin with because he's a tiny boy.
Aw,
Okay.
teddy boy,
Uh,
little boy, baby boy, I
Where
need
the fuck
you.
am I? Where the fuck am I right now?
Daddy boy,
I'm
want
not
to
close
make
enough
love
do
to
that.
you,
I might have to do
Boy, if you only knew.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, can't really do those. I guess I'll just fucking do the same shit again. That'll be fun.
Can you
That'd be
fart this time instead of
awesome.
burping?
Yeah.
Huh?
Can you throw a fart instead of a burp this time?
Yeah, cup of cheese.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I'm gonna cast Cup of
First,
Soup
I have to
and
cast
throw
it.
fart.
See how it goes. Yes. Let's see. Same shit as last time. 20, not natural.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. You said you're attacking this
Yeah, sure.
rightmost dog.
One of the dogs. I
Lightly
don't.
tinged.
Sure. Yeah, that's definitely gonna hit. Roll damage, please. What are you casting?
Same thing.
Which was
Ray of
flaming rave.
sickness.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll damage. That's gonna be what, 2d8, I think.
Yep. So 8 and 5 plus 4.
Yeah, I mean, you tell
Yeah.
me. You killed another dog with this spell. What
Yeah.
does it look like?
Tilly once again burps into her hand, but this time voms a little bit. Has to swallow it down like nasty.
Ew.
Ew,
Real
It
forced
is
it.
acrid.
Remember,
Forced
one
it a
of
little
us
too
eat it.
hard.
And Tilly's like that. But it kind of does the same
and
thing
it
where it like
trails-
rolls out. It's like that episode of SpongeBob where he eats that sundae.
Yeah.
It goes like
The onions, the
around
ketchup.
this kid, like specifically the green trail stink line and into the nostrils and all of the fur.
Yeah, you
gets
could almost
burnt
swear that
off.
you see in this roiling green smoke like a skull forever, ever so slightly a second as it reaches in and permeates this wild dog that seems infested with something, and it just falls down dead at the side. There's one dog left. Tilly, do you want any more movement or bonus action?
No, Tilly just kind of looks like Carme and goes, Tilly got a gut gun! And rubs it down.
Nice.
Patrick, we're not ugly. We just stink.
Dang.
Stink. Maybe that's good enough for you, but I was one of the beautiful people. And that's the end
You
of my
know
turn.
that really well.
I watch a
Uh-oh.
lot of TV.
Hey, what's that? Put that away, huh?
Hey, Vinny, put
Carmen.
that back.
From the
Put it back,
wooded
Vinny.
lines, a dog of significant size, covered in
dog.
layers of green moss and no eyes to be spoken of. Mushroom caps sprouting out of all of its holes in its face. Its nose, its eyes, even its mouth is just like chocked full of these thick mushrooms growing up out of it. Rushes out and is going to pounce at you.
Okay.
So it is going to, with the pounce, it gets a bite attack. That's going to be a non-natural 20. I also need you to make a strength saving throw.
I think this calls for a.
What the dog doing?
Yep. That does.
And also
You
a-
take
You taking a shit?
Stop.
you're going to take 5 points of piercing damage to begin with.
Okay. Okay. And then I do a strength save, which is going to be a non-natural 20.
You stay on your feet, which is good.
That's good.
That is good.
That's good.
Because
No.
another one comes from you.
Jesus. Have we tried talking to the dogs yet?
No.
And
They
it
don't
is going to
have
attack you.
mouths. They have mushrooms coming out of their mouths. They can't
This
talk.
time with advantage.
That's why they can't
And
talk.
it is also going to pounce out of the woods at you.
Okay.
Bounce.
Natural 17 plus
Bow.
5.
That
That's
hits.
22 to hit.
That hits.
Oof.
Okay.
That is going to be
That's
10
not good.
points of piercing damage.
Ooh.
I'm down.
And
Jesus.
please, well, you don't need to make a strength saving throw because you are now prone.
I'm down.
Carme falls prone as two incredibly large dogs, larger than all of you, roughly the size of a horse, come barreling out of the wooded area. They knock down Carme and start ravaging her with their teeth. Have a hard time closing together, period, but they do close enough to bite down on Tilly's torso. Not Tilly,
What?
Carme.
Okay. What?
Carme.
Okay.
I was like, what?
Okay, wait a second.
Leave me alone.
It is now the last wild dog's turn. He is also going to... Let's see. He's just going to attack the guy that's right up in front of him because he is not incredibly smart and he has blood on his scents. That is another natural 1 on my end. So the dog's turn is over. We are going to go straight on into Carme. Please make a death saving throw. Double digits and you get a save.
That was a 7.
That is 1 death loss.
One fail.
Your friend is on the ground and not doing well. Furnace, you're next. You're up,
Well,
and then
that's-
Orville, you're on deck.
Yep.
Ay, Jesus Christ. Okay. Is there anything on the ground around me, like a rock or like a
There's
log?
lots of rocks. There's rocks everywhere. There's some sticks.
Is there a 5-pound rock, like a pretty big rock?
Yeah, there's a hefty rock. Sure. I mean, this is a clearing, so like the rocks are more prominent here than usual.
Great. I'm gonna pick up that hefty rock, and I'm gonna catapult spell it into the sky. At the top.
The top one? Yeah. Make an attack roll, please.
This is wait. I think it's a saving throw.
Let me just double check real quick.
The object flies in a straight line up to 90 feet in a direction you choose, and then it falls to the ground. If it would strike a creature, the creature must make a dexterity saving throw.
Cool. So we're talking about the top dog here. Let's do a dex saving throw. That is a +3 on the die.
I'm
That's
down.
a
Nice.
17. Does a 17 save?
Oh, fuck. Yes. That rock just
the dog
crashes
just
into the
ducked its
ground.
head. Fantastic. Anything else with your turn?
Furnace just wants to yell, "I'm coming! Carme! Hang in there!"
Would you
Carme
like to
doesn't
move?
do anything back to that because she is unconscious.
unconscious.
I know, it's this is more for Furnace than it is for Carme, you know.
Yeah. I get that.
Furnace, any movement before the end of your turn?
I'm just gonna take no, I'll just wait here.
Take
Cool.
a
Orville,
while.
you are up.
Carme, don't worry, I'm coming. In a bit. In a little bit.
And I bet
Uh,
I'm.
Orville
I'm not
goes, "Hey, coming, I'm Dad."
No.
Hey.
You're not my dad.
No. Your compatriot is down. They might die. They might have to re-roll a character, and this is episode 3.
Yeah,
what
but
are you
Kyle
doing?
said a funny thing.
Yes. Kyle,
Yeah,
declare.
Nice move from the
Tompkins.
cleric, yeah.
Yeah.
What would you
Uh,
like to do, sir?
I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Healing Word on Carme.
Nice.
There it is.
Fucking.
I'm gonna roll a d4.
Orville's. All right.
All right.
That is a 3 + 2 is 5 HP restored.
Beans and rice. in a
Carme,
good
what
way.
does it look like as your eyes flutter open? You are no longer unconscious.
Oh, like what do I see or what do I look like?
What do? You see two humongous wild dogs covered in fungus up with their teeth dripping an ichor of some kind of dark yellow. An ochre ichor.
Icker.
Yeah.
An ochre ichor.
Breaker.
I've got terror in my eyes, but I am fighting off that terror and staying put and as brave as possible. I can't really get up or move or anything like that yet.
No,
so.
it's not your turn. Speaking of which, Orville, that's only your bonus action. You still have your movement, and you have an action.
I'm going to get close to Carme, and I'm going to hit a dog with my hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Roll to attack.
That is a 7 + 4 for an 11.
An 11, you connect the leg of the dog, but where you thought it was solid was actually just a clump of mushrooms. It's just below its AC.
Mm.
Oh.
Top of the
Well,
order,
bummer.
there is the child here, and he is going to run towards the group. Here. He's actually going to use the dash action to get away from those wolves, and he's going to end up going this way. His eyes are wide with terror, and he looks incredibly scared. It is now this guy's turn. He is going to try to attack a wolf.
Sick.
He does not. This guy
No.
does not seem incredibly proficient with the scythe that he is wielding. Nebbiolo, you're up.
All right.
Cool.
Dilly, you're on deck.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm gonna move right there. And as a bonus action, I'm going to convert 2 sorcery points to regain a spell slot.
Ooh,
And,
spell
cool.
slot.
I'm going to cast Magic Missile again, all 3 at this top dog.
Top dog, roll
Top
damage.
dog, come in. And don't mind if I do, let me just roll my d20 real quick. Whew, it's a 10. Alright, that's 3 + 1 is 4. Oh, shit,
Jumanji!
sorry.
Oh,
Jumanji.
Jenga!
Yeah.
Jenga.
Gibby is sleeping by my side, and I woke up for that one. I'm very sorry, little man. Sorry, the last one was 4 total? Or
We're at
5?
4 total
Okay.
right now.
So this is 2 + 1, so that's 7 total.
7 total. Gotcha.
And that one is also 2 + 1, so 10 points.
10 points. It looks like it is pretty fucked up from this attack. And you already
Okay.
rolled your d20, correct?
I did, yes, I got a 10.
Yeah, the dog on the top looks like it's incredibly hurt at this point, but not yet out and down. Tilly, you're up.
Nice. The dog on the top looks like it's gonna die, or the dog on the bottom looks like it's gonna die.
I think it's dog
I mean,
on the top.
it looks pretty damaged. I'll say
The
that.
top dog.
Top dog.
And do these dudes take up, like, their size
4
big? So if
squares.
if I can move here, can I hit this one?
From this square, yes. With a melee attack, sure.
Yeah, that's what I need to do.
You're gonna go square.
Yeah, you can just get there with your movement.
Yep. Perfect.
With your tiny legs.
Yeah. So then I'm going to attack with inflict wounds, which will be my third.
Nice.
So,
Oh, shit.
Wow.
So you're
Yeah,
attacking
okay.
the one that
Fucker.
has not been damaged, correct?
yeah, the undamaged one.
Cool.
Can we get a James cheer real quick?
Yeah. Oh.
No, it's more
Yeah.
Parmesan cheese.
Parmesan cheese.
Parmesan cheese!
I ate
Bye.
Tom Mason.
The fucking ballroom blitz.
Let's go.
14 + 4, 18.
Holy
18's
shit.
definitely going to hit. Roll damage, please.
Sick. That is 3d10 necrotic.
Fuck yeah. I love
Jesus.
inflict wounds.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's real good.
First
It's
one
wild.
is a 5, 8, and a 3. 5 and 3.
16.
16. Do I add anything to this? Do I add my attack spell bonus to this?
You do not.
Not for
But
you.
here's the funny
It's
thing about
18.
these wolves. They have 16 points of health.
Oh,
Nice.
You have killed yet another beast. This one you touch to do it. Can you please illustrate what that looks like for us, please? Please, please, please.
Tilly spits on her hands and then touches the dog's face. Like this.
You're
And it's
nasty.
just starts to,
Pretty fucking gross,
and, like,
huh?
You're
well, Tilly's gross. She's a necro fighter. She's nasty.
She's doing
So she
itchy
does
shit
that.
on the playground.
Yeah, she like licks her hands and then she like just like wipes the like from the eyes to like the snout area that's all mushroomy, and it starts to
Ugh.
like erode immediately. Like everything sort of just starts to like
curl into
sigh and turn like black, and that kind of just
Well, and the part of that is a lot of it was already decomposing,
yeah.
but you start to see it's like all of its flesh sloughs off of its body. You see the gleaming white of its bones, and the mushrooms that have rooted within its body are the last to go, and they slowly wither and just like turn into black dust and slowly get carried away in the slight breeze. That doggo is deado.
Nice.
Yeah. Tilly's hot and nasty.
Hey.
making character choices right now.
Anything else for your turn? Bonus action?
Tilly just says, "Ah, fuck," and then that's the end of her turn.
Cool. It is the last regular dog's time, and he is going to try to attack this guy. That one's going to hit. That is going to be another d6 plus 1. That's another 3 points of damage. This dog lunges from the ground at this half-elf, grabs him by the throat. They fall down together. The man is no longer moving.
This man,
That's
Yes.
the man.
nice.
Wait, is he
it is-
is he making death saves, or is he just like dead?
Above board, only important characters get death saves,
Oh well.
and
cool.
that's
What else were you trying to
entirely
say?
that's entirely up to me, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh,
If you
fuck,
try to
okay.
save him, we'll see what happens.
Well, it seems like
Uh,
Vinny loves this fucking tiefling kid. Let him fucking.
Tilly,
yes.
seeing its compatriot get hurt here, this dog is going to, the big one. This dog is pretty good at fighting. It is going to.
It makes sense. I figured it was gonna hurt me.
It is going to run 20 feet away.
Oh, okay,
So,
cool. Tilly takes a sigh of relief.
Tilly, if you have a melee weapon in hand, you're welcome to try to make an attack of opportunity.
I don't know if I do. I have a dagger.
You have a torch.
I have a dagger as well.
Is it in your hand while you cast with your spell stuff?
Ooh, rules question.
I don't know, Vinny.
I would
just
say you
throw-
can try. You can try to swipe at it with your
Yeah,
torch
fuck
if
it.
you'd like.
All right, fine. Swipe at it with my torch. I got a.
Roll a d20 and just add
It's an
your
18
strength
plus whatever.
bonus. Yeah.
18 plus
So
strength,
roll
minus
a
one, so
roll a
17.
roll a d4.
Okay.
Okay.
Oops. Hey, I got a 4.
Nice.
Cool. It
Max
takes 4
damage.
points of damage.
does.
Carme, you are conscious. You don't have a melee weapon in your hand, but you can use the pistol as a.
Gun.
No, I mean like a pistol whip, but it would technically count as a improvised weapon, and it would be at disadvantage. But you're welcome to try to.
Absolutely,
Swipe
I'm
at it,
gonna
I
try
guess.
to do that. I'm gonna
Disadvantage.
smack at it with my pistol.
So that's just going to be
Okay.
plus your strength bonus.
Okay. 12 to hit?
12 just hits.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Roll a d4.
Okay. So
As far
improvised
as-
weapons are a D4?
As far as guns go, Vinny, would it be possible to like put a bayonet on the gun at some point, or something like that? So it's or like put a club on the gun. or
It's a
something?
possibility.
Okay, I was just curious.
Putting
I
a
don't know if
bayonet
that
on a pistol would make trying to shoot it really hard. But
Maybe
there's,
for you.
there's possibilities. So with
That's
just your
2.
strength, you hit 12, and that's 2. Cool. As you hit this wolf, it was running away only to charge back up and around. It is going to make the bounce attack at Tilly.
Oh, wait. No, wait. I have protection fight style, so if a friend within 5 feet of me gets attacked, I leap in front of them and I use my shield to impose disadvantage on the roll. So do it with
I
disadvantage.
believe that takes up your reaction, does it not?
Protection fight style. I thought we were talking about like fight style is just like.
I think it still takes up your reaction though, because you can't do it like 18 times in one turn.
Right. That would make sense, but I haven't. Oh, because I just did the attack of opportunity. Oh,
Yeah.
beans.
Wait, could you have not have bashed the thing with your shield? Isn't that better than the other thing?
It would have been the same thing because they're not real weapons.
It would have
would've
been
the same
way
outcome.
cooler though.
Yeah, it would have been
Okay.
Okay, we can say you slashed at it with the side of your shield.
Yeah, I
Um,
like that better.
Tilly, does a 14 hit your AC?
It sure does, Vinny.
Okay,
And
so
I'll tell
that
you
is-
why.
So you are going to take a bite from this creature. That is max damage. That is going to be 11 points of piercing damage, and please make a strength saving throw.
Cool. It ended up being a 10 total.
Yeah, you fall prone as this giant beast of a wolf pushes down on you. You hit
Well,
your
yeah, I
head. You're
do.
still conscious, I believe,
Yep.
but now that you're prone, it can make one additional bite attack as a bonus action.
Oh, cool.
Great.
I'm 2 for
That's a
2.
15
Fucking
to hit.
Tilly getting fucked up. Yep, it hits.
Learn your fucking lesson.
I tried. I didn't go out
You-
this time.
You're going to take an extra 6 points of piercing damage.
Tilly's unconscious.
Oh god. Okay.
But that is the wild dog's turn.
The dog.
Now
Wow.
it's this dog up here. It is going to make an attack and bite onto the neck one more time and start eating this character up here.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So is he dead?
Oh yeah.
It looks like he's missing some pretty vital parts to be living, as far as you know, most humanoids, especially half-elves, now that you have two good friends that are that, you do need a throat to breathe. The throat
Well,
no longer
I don't know if we're
exists.
good friends.
Yikes.
You're a good friend. You're best friends now.
No.
Carme,
We
it
don't
is
love
your
your
turn.
For my birthday.
Okay. I
So
want
we
to.
need a thrusty to breathe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Furnace doesn't.
Right. Furnace does.
I can breathe underwater.
Would you like to stand up?
Yeah, I'd love to stand up, and I'd love to shoot at that wolf closest to me. I mean the dog. I mean the Republican dog.
That shitty dog we all hate.
Oh, make an
Proud dog.
attack, please.
I'm pretty sure this dog said a slur at one point, like very recently, so we should probably shoot it with something.
And like
We should definitely shoot it, except I'm not going to be that one, so I rolled a 3. Plus 5 for
unfortunately,
8. Yeah.
That does not hit. Anything else with your turn? Bonus action or movement?
I don't think so. I think I want to stay close to my friends. And
Fantastic. Furnace, you are up, and Orville, you're on deck.
Okay, I'm gonna march on up to this Republican dog.
It's infested with evil mushroom things. It can probably be a Republican too, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I want to take a swing at it with my hand axe.
Yeah, go ahead and make an attack roll. That's going to be plus your proficiency and your strength bonus.
Efficiency and strength. Come on, big money, big money. Oh, this isn't a D20. Jesus Christ. That's the one that looks like a D20, but it only
a
goes up
D20.
to 12.
So did you find the D12? Yep.
Yeah.
You're missing
I
8
always-
numbers
That's a
there.
critical 12.
Nice.
Oh, God. Does a 12 hit?
A 12 just barely hit.
Nice.
Roll damage.
Whew,
Its
okay.
its AC is 12.
Okay. Come on. Ah! 5.
5 points of damage.
Slashing
takes-
damage.
Yeah, tell me what that looks like. It's not dead, but you do slash into its leg, as this
Its
is
leg?
a huge creature.
I was hoping to slash into its face, as I am 6'7".
Yeah, I guess, yeah, you're incredibly tall, and it was also leaning down to maul Tilly half to death. What does it look like? You stick this heartily into its snout, I guess?
Swing the hand axe right into its disgusting face. Mushrooms flying everywhere. I don't
Not
know if
just
there's
mushrooms,
blood.
but spores of sorts. It's
Oh.
the air becomes a little bit harder to see directly in front of you, where you splattered with this slashing
This is
attack.
concerning.
Oh,
Hopefully,
anything else for your turn?
nope. What'd you say, Carme?
Oh, I was just saying, are we playing Last of Us?
I get it.
I get that reference.
Furnace, if you're all set, Orville, you are up.
That's
Orville, come help me take care of this guy.
Come here, Daddy.
I'm gonna move around to that wolf, and I'm gonna hit it with a hammer. I'm gonna try to smack a Rooney.
Yeah, for sure. Roll an attack, please.
That is a 18.
Nice.
18's going to hit. Roll damage.
7.
7 points of damage is going to be enough. You fell this
Nice.
giant infested dog. Tell me what that looks like.
Orville just walks up calmly and just tries to end this as quickly as possible, and it's a perfect overhead swing directly to the head of this fungus dog. And
The
just-
head falls so quick, it almost seems like the rest of the body needs a second to catch up as the rest of it falls down with a large slide. Again, there is dust in the air. Something doesn't smell incredibly good or right. It's almost like there is a mist of some kind of leftovers from this creature. There's still one dog left. Anything else with your turn, Orville?
that will be it. I'm gonna stay right here.
Nebbiolo, top of the order. You're up, followed by Tilly.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, about there. I am going to. I thought about this very carefully. I'm going to cast a. Well, I'm going to use Tides of Chaos to gain advantage on an attack roll.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to use that attack roll with Firebolt to try and hit this last wolf. Let's see. A good thing. That's a 3 + 5 and 8.
Wait,
Nope.
Andy!
I've got a pretty small
Cormac,
deck.
what the
I am
fuck?
buying
I've
you.
been in that room before.
That is a 10 + 5, 15.
Nice.
15 is definitely going to hit. Please roll damage.
Alright.
Just roll right onto the floor, Cormac.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, just stand up
Hold on.
and
Let me
just
make
spike
some
it
space
into the
here.
floor.
Go get a
real quick.
cup from the kitchen and just throw it in every time.
Is
Your
Yahtzee,
dice
Yahtzee
roll.
rolling?
Yeah, get one of those
Uh,
like poppers that you can smash down and it'll just roll.
Yeah,
for
get
you.
some poppers.
Yeah,
Nebbiolo,
Poppers are real hard to get into character.
Nebbiolo runs over, points a finger, and goes, "Bad dog," and hits him for 7 points of damage.
Nice.
7 points of damage. The dog is still up at this point.
What the fuck?
Wildly.
I wasted my one-liner.
Fucking doggo.
This dog, this is the one. It has no damage taken so far.
God damn it.
It's just been eating the throat.
Tilly, you're up.
I'm dead.
Oh no! Please make a death saving throw.
Oh my god.
I got a natural 20 for real.
Nice,
Wait,
let's go.
You breathe in suddenly with 1 point of health.
Nice.
do you say anything, or do you actually say nice?
Tilly
Nice.
just reaches up, touches her teeth. It's nice. Okay.
I want Tilly to wake up and
Your
just
hand
burp.
comes away, and it is
Yeah.
covered in blood.
Yeah, no, there's a lot. I'm fucking not doing well, but I still got my teeth. Nice.
Fantastic. It is now the dog's turn. It is going to rush after Nebbiolo.
Figured
And
as
is
much.
going to attack.
Ask me if it hits. Go ahead, ask me.
Does it hit?
Give me a number and ask me if that hits.
1. Does it hit?
That's a natural one. These dogs suck.
Wow, I
He's a
guess
bad
I
dog.
fucking nice, dude.
After it completely misses you, it tries to fuck off into the woods. It has
No.
a run speed of 40.
Ah, dang.
Wait, is there any?
Don't
Shoot.
let it.
That dog.
I do have.
Nebbiolo,
Hold on, yeah. You have a dagger. So let me try that out.
The dog's gonna come back as the big bad if you let it go.
Yeah, I know. I've learned this. I've learned this from Vinny campaigns. Ah, damn it. That's an 8 plus 4, 12.
12's going to hit.
Oh,
Roll
no
damage.
shit.
That's,
Cool.
that's a D4 plus your dexterity modifier.
Yeah. Come on, baby money. That is 4 plus 2, 6.
6 is going to do it.
Holy
shit. This dog,
Alright.
dude,
Feeling so good about that.
completely matted in blood of this half-elf, runs at you and tries to bite at you. It misses as you push your body to the side, and as it does this huge kind of turn running back into the woods, you grab your dagger from your side and you stick it into its flank, severing its spine. It runs a couple more steps as its back legs just kind of drag, and it falls, and it starts to disintegrate, and these huge, like, plumes of spores come out of it.
All right, can I in retcon and
Yeah.
after Nebula says bad dog first time and then stabs him and goes, "What are you gonna do?"
All right.
All right, cool. Congratulations, you have beaten my dogs.
Yay!
There is
Dog.
a dead half elf and a from the brink of death small tiefling.
You
We're
win
going to
some,
take
you lose
another
some.
break. Quick 10 minutes, and we'll be back.
Hell yeah.
We'll be back at 8:16 Central. We'll see you all soon.
Stop talking in Central. Nobody cares about Central, Vinny.
Hey, I
Yeah,
wouldn't
nobody's
know.
I'm just
Yeah.
trying to
Oh,
cut the
Eastern.
difference.
Not even
Y'all
gonna talk
live
about
so far away
Pacific
from us.
time.
Hey, you want me to tell you what time it is here? Because it's fucking 9 o'clock at
It's
night.
9:06. We're real late night
Pacific.
babies.
Yeah, me and Kyle have already
So
poured ourselves a glass of red wine and gotten
late.
into bed.
Yeah,
over
I've got
here.
my
It's 9 p.m. on a
antioxidants and
school
shit.
night.
Yeah. All right. Be right back, everybody.
Sorry, bye. everybody.
Bye.
So 9.
And that is why every single time I'm like walking big dogs, I make sure to tape a bunch of skates to every part of my body.
It's a great.
And that's
Welcome
why
back
I
to Magics and
suck my
Mullets.
nipples. Oh.
The party has just killed a bunch of wild dogs, including 2 wild alpha dogs that had somehow been corrupted with some kind of spore substance. They had killed the half-elf who was seemingly protecting the young tiefling, including giving him a magical health potion. Karme went unconscious, Tilly went unconscious, but through the healing powers of their teammates and just some good rolls, everyone is back and good.
Wow,
The dogs
meta.
are dead, and it is dark outside.
Nebbiolo points to the half elf and goes, "Orville, is there anything you can do?"
Orville hears that and rushes over and tries to cast Spare the Dying and just to see if it'll work.
It does not take hold. This creature, this individual, is already dead. Past
Tilly?
unconsciousness and into death
Yeah.
itself.
This sounds like a job for you, Tilly.
It doesn't really work that way.
I thought that you brought life back to those who
Yeah.
had died.
I'm not, like, good at that yet. You know, I've done it before, but it's not something that I could just do willy-nilly, you know? It takes a lot of, I'm not gonna do that for this stranger.
Hey, Orville.
Oh,
Yeah.
Spare the Dying is a touch spell, correct?
It is.
Can you please make me a perception roll, please?
That is a 4 all day.
Fantastic. Go about your business, please.
I love that we'll have no idea like what actually is happening ever, because every time there's a perception roll, we just roll like below
So
for
5.
nothing.
Can Nebula investigate the body of Top Dog?
Yeah, roll a investigation.
I don't mind. If maybe I did.
In the meantime, Orville's gonna walk over to this young tiefling.
Yeah,
Where
I
I'm
was
going
gonna
to.
say that
Yeah,
too.
let's go
actually.
ahead and get this investigation roll, and then we'll hit that.
It's 14.
14. Is there something in particular you're looking to investigate?
Just want to see if there's like any gold, keys to cars, credit cards.
So as you try to
no,
roll
I'm
through
kidding.
this
I'm talking about the
creature, you can tell like this creature had one good eye, and then the other one was completely taken over by this growth of mushrooms. As you look through it, like there are some slashes through this, specifically from the hand axe wielded by Furnace. As you look into that wound, instead of seeing like a chunk of bone and then like flesh, bone, and then innards, it's kind of just solid. Like not solid as in like hard, but just kind of mushroomy. Like if you cut a mushroom in half, it doesn't have a lot of different layers. It's kind of just that one texture. It's that. You see a little bit of bone, but it's being slowly taken over.
Nebula looks over and looks it up and down and goes, What the dog do?
Hold on.
What the dog doing?
Hey, it was really nice playing D&D with
Yeah,
everyone.
thanks everybody.
All right.
All right.
Just kidding.
Orville, you have a little bit of a walk to get to. I think Furnace would make their way to this tiefling first. Furnace, you see that this tiefling is already being consoled ever so slightly by the small diminutive form of Coriander.
Aww.
I mean, I'm sure it's fine. He's gonna be all right. I'm sure he's. He looks over. He's gonna be fine. He's like kind of patting the kid's like shoe. The kid is like on the ground, like just like trying not to sob. And as you get closer, he's like not super young. He's probably 14, 15 or so. He's got reddish red skin and two very prominent horns, long dark hair. He looks sullen to say the least, but he is trying to keep himself from complete despair.
Above
Furnace-
board, I was gonna ask Amy, like you're an artificer. I remember like when I played an artificer, you could like make some little animated things, like a toy that it, like does some funny stuff. Just a thought, but I don't remember when you could do that.
Again, this is more of a teen than like a teeny touch. You can try it for sure.
Gotcha.
Maybe
He
make
is-
it like a
he is
Game
also,
Boy
like,
or something.
He's like splattered in blood of this individual that was trying to save him.
Trying
You're
to
welcome
cheer him
try that.
up.
You can,
Well, I do appreciate that. I think
some
for this
cigarettes.
particular moment, Furnace is going to sit down on the ground in front of the boy and just and ask, "Was that your father?"
No, he wasn't my father. I had just met the man. He tried to save me from the wolves, and now he's dead. He's dead.
Nebula
He
goes,
He sounds
"Oh, my
rich."
goodness."
I'm sorry, Nebbiolo, can you say that one more time for me?
Nebbiolo overhears, I just met that man. He goes, oh, thank goodness.
Well, yes. That man is dead. Who are you?
My name's Pinroth.
Pinroth. My name is Furnace. What are you?
He like starts rubbing his eyes. He's like, it's nice to meet you, Furnace. He like looks around. He's suddenly like he looks a little bit scared as he is now surrounded by all sorts of weird looking people. He starts to stand up, looking around nervously. He says, I mean, I'm just a tiefling. No need for violence, please. Please don't hurt me.
Can I roll to see like if I remember like anything about tieflings? Because this is probably the first time that Carme's ever seen a tiefling.
Yeah, then roll a history check with disadvantage.
I got a 19 and a 4, so that's gonna be a 4.
Oh.
You don't really know much about tieflings, but you do know that the world is wide with other races. You're not completely, like... It's not completely unknown to you that other looking people exist. Like, you're not
Okay.
gonna be, like, xenophobic to that amount, but, like, you've never seen anyone that looks like this.
Alright. And also, last question, is there any injuries that need to be healed on him?
They have been completely sealed up from that healing potion.
Okay, cool.
I would say Orville
anyone
would like
else
to
want
chime
to talk
in.
to this boy?
Say, Orville would like to chime in
No one
and
touches this boy.
just reassure him, like, right, well, we're not gonna hurt you. I mean, we're glad you're safe, at least now.
Hey, how old are you?
I'm pretty sure I'm 14. He starts to back up a little bit.
Well, I'm 18. I'm not much older than you.
Yeah, okay. And he
Tilly's
continues
gonna,
backing
like,
up slowly.
Call out to him, noticing that he's retracting, and be like, whoa, hold on a second. I mean, we just did you a big old favor, and you're just gonna start walking away from everybody. You know, we're not gonna hurt you or anything, but we gotta check you over first. All those people were covered in mushrooms, and those dolls are covered in mushrooms, and I just gotta make sure that, you know, we've been around you. I don't want to catch anything, any contagions or anything like that. So, you know, just like let me take a look at you.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. No harm here. No harm here.
Great, let me take a look at you. Until he grabs like
y-
both cheeks and looks into the eyes.
You know when this character Pinroth is saying that he keeps directly looking at Orville. He keeps saying, oh, we've got no problem here. No, everything is tip top and fine. But Tilly, you grab him by the cheeks.
Yeah, by his face.
Okay, you're about the same size. You are an adult.
Yeah.
Grab him
I
by the
figured.
face.
If anything, like Pinroth is a little bit taller than you. Very spindly, but is there anything you want to do or look
Just
for?
doing like
or...
a quick over check of like looking in the eyes and like looking around the face, because I just want to see if like, because the other one had like one eye missing for the
Okay,
mushroom thing,
you
and it
can
seems
give
to like
me. You can give
be
me
mouth
either a
and eye
medicine.
centric. So
Yeah, give me a medicine check or an investigation, either or.
I'll do investigation. 12 plus 4, so 16.
You see no signs of spores or protrusions of any kind of mushroom, like myconid type of sort. Looks like a very scared young dude.
Can I make an insight?
I give him like a quick little like slap on the cheek and be like, "You look all right, friend."
Yeah, go ahead and give an insight.
I would like to make an insight and see if he's scared of me in particular.
Yeah, for sure.
That is a 23.
Boo.
Yeah, he looks like he's trying to. With a 23, you get a buttload of. He looks in particular afraid of you, Orville. With all the scary ass looking people around, you in particular you're drawing his notice and his fear.
I
What are
would
you
like
again? I'm
to. I'm
thought you were
gonna
human.
lay my hammer, or I'm gonna hand my hammer off to Carme,
Okay. I
and
take
then
it.
be like, Penroth, that's your name, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, no trouble for me, sir. Please.
I mean, no trouble either. I'm
You see like a
Orville.
glint of liquid coming from his eye. He looks absolutely petrified of you.
Hey, I mean no harm either.
Crying.
Say, but Penroth, excuse my forwardness, but I can see it. Why are you terrified of me in particular?
He takes another step back and he kind of looks around. He's trying to figure out the situation, so let's see. That's not bad. Well, why are you around all of them? Why are you here with all them sorts?
Well,
I'm minding my own business here. You don't have to come on. This isn't the city.
Oh, I'm not much of a city man myself. So I guess we have that in common. But, I mean, well, Furnace over there is, you know, it's a little bit more complicated, but we're friends, and I found, the rest of these folks, well, I guess by happenstance.
We met in a bar.
Thanks, Furnace. No, it certainly wasn't by choice, but these are the circumstances I'm in, so here we are.
Nebula pipes up and says, "Well, I'll be honest, I haven't known Orville for that long, but from what I gather, he's a big old softy."
Yeah, I think Tilly recognizing that look is like, we're not affiliated with any like law or anything. We're just travelers.
Orville, Nebula, and Tilly, you can each give a persuasion check.
Cool. Hell yeah. I'm good at that.
Oh, I'm good at that.
Hell yeah.
I've rolled a 13.
15 plus 4, 19, baby.
That's
Jesus.
a 16 plus 5, 21.
With the 21, Penroth looks up at you. So, you're not from Hillsfar. Who are you people?
What's Hillsfar? How far's the Hillsfar?
It's up the way.
Is that
You're half elf though.
yeah, that's right.
None of you want to go to Hillsfar.
Why?
Yeah, why?
Only humans are allowed in Hillsfar. They'll lock you up. They'll put you in the pits.
We're all humans. That's why I don't. We're good.
well,
Carmine starts to
No. I think I'm the only one of us here who's human.
No, I'm just short, and Nebulo's just kind of ugly, and we're all human. We're good.
Carmine starts to like kind of bend her ears like in and trying to like make them look more round.
Yeah.
Furnace goes, I don't think that this is going to work.
Yeah. Well, you are less easy to do for this.
Well, if
Penroth,
y'all
I'm
are just coming through, I suggest you steer clear away from Hillsfar.
where are you headed?
Well, where is Hillsfar from here? Are you on your way? Were you on your way away from Hillsfar?
Are you asking me where I'm going? That was, to be fair, pretty confusing question.
Yeah, I guess that's
Yeah,
fair.
like,
Well, you know,
like I say, you got nothing to worry about with Orville.
Well, it's a confusing situation, given that we don't know
I-
where we are. And I don't know if you know where you are.
Well, I kind of ran away from home.
Of course.
I did too.
Of course you did. Of course you
Wait,
did.
wait. When did you run away from home?
I don't know, but about 6 hours ago, five. I don't know, before sundown.
Where's your acoustic guitar?
It's so scary, isn't it? I didn't bring my acoustic guitar either.
No banjo, no acoustic guitar. You have cigarettes or anything?
Nope. I didn't bring any of that.
Yeah.
How about you, though?
Oh,
What are you running away from?
Well, everyone at the farm was just so fucking mean to me.
Aw.
You see like a beam of pride when he says "fucking."
Nice,
Yeah.
dude.
I get to say that.
You see Tilly's look of approval.
Yeah.
Me and
My
Nebula
mind-
look over each other and like, yeah, this kid's cool.
Nice.
It's kicking fucking ass.
So
Wait,
you were
did you
running
hear him
away
cuss?
from the farm. Is that in Hills Farm?
No, we were driven out of Hillsfar.
So
It's-
where is your farm?
It's. Can we be anywhere else but here?
Could you be anywhere else but here?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Just tell me the name of where you came from. I want to know. I'm curious.
I live at the farm. It's not terribly far, but I guess it's about 5 hours or so walking.
All right, well then let's start walking that way.
Yeah.
Where were you headed?
Getting late.
Was there a destination you had in mind before you encountered these proud dogs?
No, I had to get away from the people that were there. They were all being fucking twats about
Whoa,
in my-
okay. Hey,
my
look, swearing's
horns
cool, but
and-
let's tie it down just a little bit, friend.
fuck.
Nice.
Yeah, let's stick with those ones.
No, I mean, I'd feel safer away from whatever the fuck these are.
Is he just like getting bigger and bigger and more confident with every swear?
Yeah, you like he's kind of tall for his age, but he's been kind of like crumpled down, and like as his fear subsides from being in close proximity to Orville, like he's kind of a little jerk.
Yeah.
It's a
Alright,
little shit.
little
He's
shit.
a little shit.
Well,
Well, does he have any like weapons on him to protect him?
You look him over. He has like the most stereotypical like stick with a bindle on it.
All right.
nice.
Nice.
Hey,
so
listen. What's your name?
It's Pinroth.
Sorry, I know you told me that. I forget names sometimes. Here's the thing. If you show back up to your farm with a bunch of tough people like us, I bet they're gonna be a lot nicer to you. And we need a place to sleep. So how about this? We'll do a deal. If you bring us back, I'll give you this. And I pull out my dagger. And I'm like, I see that little stick there. That's not gonna do it.
Carmi, what I thought was a pretty good idea too. I suggest we find a safe place to set up camp in the forest, and while everyone's resting, I might be able to cook something up for him. Probably a little bit better than a dagger.
I guess I'm just like a little scared that these mushroom dogs, they're not the only ones, and that we might get kind of ambushed.
Really don't think I don't think these were the only ones. No, and I don't think walking through the forest at night is kind of what got me into this.
Well, we could go back through the door that we came through and sleep in the castle.
How long have we walked at this point?
That's only about 4 or
Couple
5 hours away.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
That'll be good.
It's like just as
Like-
far as getting to the.
Yeah, I mean, now that we have a cool party with fucking Pinwheel and Coriander, so now we got two liabilities fucking just wandering around in the woods with us. Let's
Pinwheel.
fucking go walk another 5 hours. Pinwheel, we saved your life. Give us a place to sleep.
Hey, I mean, I can take care of myself. Come
Coriander.
on, look at me.
Stop.
No,
for
you're
what-
right. I
I'm
can
nothing.
hide all right, though.
I don't even matter. I'm nothing.
For what it's worth, I think that whether we set up camp here or walk for, 4 or 5 hours in any direction, I think, the chances of us encountering a mushroom proud wolf is about equal. But here's the thing: if we start walking, I don't know about the rest of you, but as far as my capabilities with magic and whatnot, I'm a bit tapped. And I think if we rest here, we could more safely take the walk tomorrow.
I'm okay with that, but I'll go on record and say, I don't know if it's a good idea.
I
Well-
think that Nebbiolo is right on the money. There are surely more treacherous roads ahead.
Yeah, Tilly's got one fucking tooth left, so I just want to take a rest. I don't care where we do it.
Well, I know
Wait,
we got
wait.
Flint.
Did Furnace pick up the teeth?
Oh,
Tilly
there were more
lost?
teeth?
Yeah, Tilly lost more
got
teeth.
knocked out again.
Yeah, Furnace
Oh,
stands up
yeah.
and goes,
Oh, yeah.
there are more
Should
teeth.
you
There are
want,
more.
there are dozens of teeth. Half elf teeth, wolf teeth, alpha wolf teeth,
Tilly
Tilly teeth.
Yeah.
Nebula
Well,
leans to Furnace and says, maybe leave the half-elf teeth. Maybe.
why?
Well, you see, it seems that Pinrolf here had some sort of emotional connection with... How
I
do
mean, he
explain this?
didn't. That dude just fucking found him in the woods. You could take his teeth. I would take his teeth. You don't want his teeth. Tilly's gonna take the teeth.
What?
I mean, I don't really want them. I'm just encouraging you to do it.
I mean,
Yeah, well, Furnace
know,
is just
I
gonna pick up.
I don't
did
know
say
that
my
we
life.
taking teeth. Think we can
I
leave the
only
teeth?
want to take teeth that are already on the ground. Furnace
All right,
will not be prying any teeth from anybody's
Furnace
heads.
roll 2d8
Nice.
Oh, to see how many teeth?
to see
Is
how
that
many
the-
intact teeth are
That's
just
the
on
two
the ground.
pyramids. The two
That's
pyramids
it.
eating each other's
Just the
butts.
They're not
Now
eating
they're
butts.
eating- now they're
touching
eating
butts.
butts.
Each
God
other's
damn it.
butts.
Yeah, they're eating
God.
butts. Damn. Yeah.
I rolled an 8 and a 4.
Damn, you found some
Yeah,
teeth.
you find 12 wolf teeth.
12 wolf teeth. Putting that in my
You
bag.
do see Penroth going towards the body of Baralt.
Just
you don't
let
know
it
that
go,
is his
dude.
name.
Let it
You don't even know that guy.
let
You
it
don't even
go.
know him.
He does pick up the scythe that the half elf was waving around, and does arm himself.
Good call, kid.
Roll initiative, kid.
Yeah. I think Nebbiola's right. I think we should maybe just set up camp even here. At least we know we've cleared this area. Might be. Yeah. I'm also feeling a little
Furnace enters.
tapped. And Furnace here can keep watch, or at least for part of the evening.
Well, maybe we can just burn the stump then.
There we go. We'll burn the stuff.
Is that like a saying or something? I've never heard that before. Is that like squash the beef?
Yeah, it's a euphemism for pooping. Back in the salt
burn
marsh.
the stump. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think
Don't really poop.
Oh,
Hey,
this is
coriander,
great.
cool.
Yeah, we're
Nice.
learning so much about each other on this little trip, this little escapade of us. It's lovely.
So cool. Does everyone want to have camp so we can just get to that point?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Uh,
just need a long
Cool.
rest.
Do you want to move from this area? Or do you want to stay here with the mushroom dogs?
Ew.
I think we should stay here, but Nebbiolo wants to, like, find some branches or something to kind of cover the half-elf body, if possible.
Mm.
Yeah. Cool. It's easy enough. It's wooded pretty heavily on all sides, basically.
Cool. While I'm doing that, can I also search his pockets stealthily?
I'm just giving him a nice
so roll
place
me
to rest.
roll me a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. Okay. That is a 19 plus 4. That's a 23.
Ooh.
Damn.
Stealthy.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Total was what?
23.
23. So as you're covering up this body, you notice that there are a lot of symbols attached to their armor and their clothing. They seemed so ill prepared to be in an actual battle, but they did have armor on. This is a pretty common faction within the world. You would know this is the Emerald Enclave.
Ooh,
It's usually
okay.
a group of people that are just like trying to make sure nature stuff is good and safe and put together. Things of interest you would find, most importantly, is an empty bottle of a potion of health that probably would have been worth a good amount of money if it had not been used. And he has no other weapons from the shining scimitar that scythe that he had in his hands during the fight.
Tilly walks over while Nebula is like covering him with twigs and stuff.
Nebbiolo.
And Tilly's like,
Nebbiolo.
no, I don't really think we should be sleeping next to this dead body. Watch this. And then I reach down and I touch its face, the half elf's face, and cast a decompose, which is a cantrip.
Whoa.
And
Damn.
body just starts to decompose super
Wow.
quickly, and a couple
that's nasty.
of like daffodils come out.
Aww.
As the daffodils
beautiful.
come out, you see that the mandible kind of falls to the side before it starts to disintegrate, and you can see the throat area where the wolf had bitten and ripped out its throat. There's already like a small like rhizomatic pattern of mushrooms that have started to grow caps. They are the last thing to decompose.
Nebbiolo pulls out a little notepad and a pen and just writes, "Avoid bite."
Yeah.
Really big.
I thought you were going to say rhizomatic patterns.
Yeah.
Rhizomatic
Rhizomatic.
patterns. Look
My
up
notepad.
later.
Yeah, my notepad that says things
Make
to
sure to
Google later.
Google.
Wait. I'm curious, and I'm sorry if I missed it, but like, once something's been bit and healed, does it seem like that growth isn't able to happen?
It's hard to tell.
Upon seeing this, Nebbiolo turns to Tilly and goes, "You alright? Oh, you feeling okay?"
Oh, yeah, I guess I'm all right. I just kind of figured that we didn't want to sleep next to the thing and it might turn back into a big mushroom monster, but I was just trying to play it like it was a nice, sweet thing.
Well,
So-
no. It is a nice sweet. I'm talking about you got bit pretty hard.
Oh.
You were down for a minute there.
Tilly, actively still bleeding from the mouth, is like, no, I feel pretty good.
So, Carme, Nebbiolo, and
Oakley's
Tilly,
on. Thumbs
yeah.
up.
any
It's
or
fine.
all of you can make a medicine check.
We can all make a medicine check?
Any or all.
On
Okay.
yourselves?
Just
I
period.
don't think. Oh, I got +2. Fuck it, I'll do it.
I rolled an 8.
Oh, I got a
I
natural
rolled a
one.
2.
Yeah, 5.
92.
I don't know.
It is
Well-
hard to tell.
You're gonna die. So, I mean,
So-
someday. I mean, we all are, right?
I don't know.
Low in that.
I'm
Tilly.
not sure.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Tilly
fair.
lives forever.
No, I
So-
legitimately don't know if I can die.
Vinny
Well,
will
let's
tell
not
us.
find out anytime soon until we get out of here. How about that?
Vinny will let us know.
Eventually, you do make camp. You decompose what creatures you would like to decompose. A fire is made at Coriander's advice with the tree stump. It burns bright and seems to keep off the cold, the wind, and any creatures around. We are getting near the end of this session. If there's anything else you'd like before the end, anything you'd like to get done this
No.
night, please tell me now.
There is something I would like to get done.
Mm.
I'm gonna, sit around the fire and I'm gonna turn to Penroth and say, "All right, this is an important decision. If you could think of any weapon, that you just see yourself, like as you imagine you're a big old hero. What kind of weapon you got?"
I mean, I don't know. Maybe like, do you know? Have you ever heard of those spears with with 3 spears at the end, like a big fork.
Oh, have I ever? I've made a few in my time.
Do you have one of those?
Oh, well, not yet, but give me an hour or so.
Well, if you can do that, I'll trade you this. And Orville, you notice like this site, pretty good. With your keen eyes for metallurgy and other like crafting things, this has been silvered, meaning for a lot of monsters it bypasses the resistance. But this kid wants a trident.
Sick.
Oh,
Good trade.
I wrote down pitchfork.
I'm
Wailing high.
I'm gonna take one of the chains I took from the magical bookcase.
Oh, fuck yeah. Nice.
Wow. Okay.
Big brain.
And I'm gonna lay it out and use my channel divinity to make Penroth a trident.
Fuck yeah.
I do
That's
like
so
the theme
cool.
of we kill monster, Orville gets new weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
Part of my collection.
And yeah, he like as horrible as this day must have been for him, running away from home, being saved and rescued by some guy, and then watching that guy die. He seems, relatively emotionally springy, and he just is stabbing this trident into the air, and he's got a lot of energy.
Wait, I heard it downstairs, but I didn't hear it on the computer.
Ha! Ooh.
Ha!
He's doing. Yeah, that's the moves.
like wink noises.
Exactly.
Aw.
Most of you are battered and bloodied. Your spell slots, your abilities are deplenished. It is time for a well-needed rest.
Yay!
Hell yeah.
It's rest time.
May I please make a note that in Furnace's rest, they spend 6 hours in an inactive, motionless state, but can see and hear as normal.
Ooh,
Cool.
interesting.
Furnace, will you give me a perception check, please?
Mm-hmm.
Disadvantage. Well, no, never mind. You have a fire burning behind you. Regular roll.
11. Wait, perception is +1. 12.
Nice.
It seems like a
Noise.
quiet night. You have a good view around you. There's plenty of room in all directions from this stump. You feel relatively safe as you go into your sentry mode. Everyone slowly falls asleep one by one. Orville, the clang of your hammer ringing on this chain to make this trident. It is loud and it is rhythmic. It's still echoing in your mind as you slowly fall asleep. The flames close near as you fall asleep near the fire. The heat grows. It's hotter and hotter. It's oppressive at this point. The air is thick with a sulfuric taste.
Oh,
Your
fuck.
vision is blurred from black smoke. That loud clanging is present in your ears. It's present in your bones. It's rattling your entire body. But you're not the one making it. Your whole body vibrates with every hit. This is not the first dream you've had similar to this. An idea forms in your mind, not with words. 5 fingers make a fist to grab a hammer, and a hammer to mend the worlds. And with that, we will
Fuck, that's
see
some
you.
good flavor.
I know.
It was beautiful.
We gotta find the sun hammer.
Yeah.
We will not be playing next Monday on the 14th. That is Valentine's Day. Please spend some time with your loved ones if you have them. If not, message us online and we'll chat.
I was gonna
with
say,
you.
if not, then
Yeah.
we'll be
Yeah.
your fucking loved one.
Yeah, we'll
However,
We
Yeah.
love you, baby. We
will
love you,
be pushing
baby.
back
We
the
love
stream
you.
2 days, and we will be playing on the 16th, that Wednesday night.
Yeah.
For the continuation of this story, please sign in. Please come and watch us. This is so good. We live off of our viewers, and we're having a blast. I hope.
No,
Yes.
no.
Can
Yes.
confirm. Wait.
Yeah,
Blast.
real-
That's a nat 20 blast.
real
Wait,
quick,
can we
before
roll a horny
go,
check to see how?
our Twitch stream will have the ability to have subscribers very soon, and we hope that you'll do that because
Yeah,
we want you to do that.
Yeah, we're pretty poised to hit the affiliate program, which means you can subscribe to the channel, which also means that there will be ads and stuff that we won't have much control over. Try to do our best. But that probably won't be next stream. Maybe a few streams from now. We'll let you know. We'll be talking about it. But that also means if you were an Amazon Prime member, you get 1 free Prime subscription a month. We would be honored if that Prime subscription went to us.
It'd be very kind.
And then there are now more channels to donate. I have mentioned it in the past. Any of this stuff is likely going to go towards our in-person finale. Hoping to have, like a more professional production as we meet in person once more. Location TBD. Still very excited to go to a place and see dear friends again. But this is the next part of that journey that we are excited to bring to you guys. We'll let you know.
Also, if anyone is free Wednesday nights, please tune in. We will be playing Monopoly, and we might disband the party after
Bezos
that.
bucks.
We might bring some grudges into the.
Yeah, campaign might be over. Like,
yeah.
I might land on somebody's hotel space and then hit them with a hammer. So I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
Friendship.
We'll find out.
Are we playing in character or are we playing as our?
Oh shit, that's.
I like the idea of playing as in character, but it's up to y'all.
I'll play as Penroth and just say fuck as many times as possible.
Yeah.
I'm already going to say fuck as many times as possible.
Yeah, it's Monopoly.
I guess one more thing before we go too. We're gonna have and Harry, I feel like you should talk about this. We're gonna have a podcast.
Oh yeah, I've been editing our show into a podcast. It's a streamlined version of our show, so I just cut out all the bits that I decide I don't want. No, I'm just kidding. I've been trying to cut it down. It's
jokes.
mostly
Good.
it's actually just my audio from each episode.
Yeah, it's just Harry's audio.
No, so I'm just cutting it down. Each episode's going to be about 2 hours, so I cut about an hour out of filler or whatever. Not filler, but so it's just a streamlined version of our show. The first episode will probably come out next week, just to give me like a 2-week buffer on each episode, and then I will have them coming out every week after that is the plan. There's original music, and I do some fun editing shit. It
Makes me
takes a
sound
long
good
time,
for
so
once.
please listen to it. And if you can, when it comes out, please let me know if there's anything I can do to make it better, etc., etc.
Yeah.
But it's been fun, and I'm excited to do it. So hopefully y'all will listen to it. And that's it.
All right, friends, bottom of our hearts, thank you so much for watching. And we will see
We
you
love
not
ya.
next Monday,
We love you.
but on next Wednesday. And hopefully this upcoming Wednesday for Monopoly. Until then, mullets off to you. Is that what we do now?
Yeah.
Bullets
no,
off.
it's-
Yeah.
I ripped my hair
fantastic
out. Good
I
night,
hate it.
everyone.
All right,
Love
love you,
everybody.
kiddos.
Hey y'all.
Bye.
Thanks
Bye,
again.
love you.